morning, everybody. What up? Welcome to Middays with Marks on 97.5 The Fanatic. Good morning to everybody out there watching on YouTube live. Good morning. Hello. As we welcome handsome Harry Mays to the program. Hi, Har.
Good morning, John.
How you doing? You did post game last night on your Locked On podcast. How you doing?
Got to bed around 1 a.m. Wasn't too bad.
It's about when I went to bed.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Were you watching all the post game stuff?
I watched.
You watching Nick Sirianni trying to explain away his decision?
So here's what I don't do anymore. I don't watch post game live.
Oh, you don't?
I have no interest. Nothing against anybody on the post game live panel. They're all wonderful. I watched. I was watching ESPN. They had Devontae Smith out. You could barely hear him because he's not the loudest guy, and all the annoying Eagles fans that were there, they're doing the Eagles chants and everything else. So it was hard to hear him. And then they showed some highlights and stuff. And then by the time I fell asleep, I was juiced up, drinking coffee, late cups of coffee.
You're drinking coffee at 1 in the morning?
Midnight.
Wow.
11:30.
I'm drinking vodka.
No, I didn't even think about that.
Wow.
No, yes, yeah. I had the second cup of coffee definitely after 11 because I needed it. Jeez. So then I can't go to sleep. But anyway, lots to talk about with the game. We say good morning to Ray Dunn. Hello, Ray.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Better than that game last night, for sure.
Well, so I saw somebody early, and this isn't going to be what we're talking about, but when you get the pitcher's duel in baseball, some people are like, oh, F this. I want home runs. But to a true baseball fan, you watch that and you say, that was a really well-played game. Last night, I thought the first half was a pitcher's duel. And then the second half was just awful because you had bad coaching, bad play calling, mistakes, and everything else. Eagles get the win, and that's the most important thing, Harry. But it's my favorite thing to do is enjoy an Eagles victory while we complain about the details of the win. And that's what you have last night. You really do. Jalen Hurts was awful. Nick Sirianni's decision-making and play calling was awful.
I'm the dumbest coach in the world.
They're coming out of a bye. There's penalties. Jordan Mailata was awful.
Terrible.
Last night, false starts, falling and stopping Saquon from a potential big game.
A couple false starts that weren't called either.
Oh, for sure. No, they were awful. I mean, offensively, defense was great.
The
Offensively
defense
last night,
was great.
They were awful.
The defense was great, but Green Bay's offense was also inept.
Awful.
That quarterback stinks, okay? I know our producer has an affection for this guy. What in the world do you see in him?
Saw arm talent. Last night, I didn't see a lot of talent.
Really?
Yeah. It was not good last night. I'm not going to try and tell you there was something better than what you watched.
Maybe throwing in an indoor facility in Wisconsin somewhere to wide receivers with no defense, you'll see arm talent.
Yeah, they should put a dome on Lambeau if Jordan Love's going to stick
biggest game of his career was in a dome. That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
There we go. Thanks, Harry. You gave me the spin for the rest of the day.
There you go.
Well, the defense was outstanding.
Oh, yeah.
Jalen Phillips.
How about that?
Well, how about they just sign him now to an extension?
Yeah, right.
He was outstanding. And I was expecting him to be good. He was unbelievable. Great against the run. Was pressuring the quarterback pretty much all night.
Yep.
He had a great showing. How about Nakobe Dean?
He was great.
Nakobe Dean, excellent all over the field, making tackles. He had a sack. Defense was great. I want to make this statement right now because it's important because I saw so much of this last night. The coward draw that they were running all night, where they were essentially giving up on drives and they gave up at the end of the first half.
Yeah.
Like, for the most part, I'm okay with it. And I've been okay with it this year. Last night was way too much, and it almost ended up costing them the game.
Yeah, they're big third downs, and they're handing the ball off to Shipley. Like, what are you doing? Are we just giving up? You got big play wide receivers. You got a big tight end. You got the best running back in football coming off of last year, and you're giving the ball to Shipley.
A lot of times when you run that draw, it's because you think you're going to catch the defense by surprise.
Yeah.
They weren't doing that.
It works sometimes. I get it.
Yeah, but they weren't trying to get it to work. They were trying to punt because they didn't want to have the quarterback throwing the ball.
Well, and that's why I especially didn't understand the last possession. The first two downs, you're basically just running the ball. You're giving up, and then all of a sudden on third down or fourth down, want to go for it. It makes no sense. Zero.
But the idea that Kevin Patullo unilaterally and single-handedly is deciding to run these coward draws is laughable. This is a head coach's decision. Nick Sirianni's not Joe Paterno without a headset on. He's obviously talking. Everybody's talking during the game. Kevin Patullo's not saying, you know what, I'm going to keep running this coward draw play and not going for it. That's coming from the head coach.
Yeah.
So everybody wants to bury Kevin Patullo. That's fine. They stunk last night. That's fine. But at least have real evidence or real meat to talk about. This is a Nick Sirianni thing. If you want to complain about them just giving up and not even trying to get first downs on a lot of those drives, fine. But blame Nick Sirianni, not Kevin Patullo. You think Kevin Patullo's deciding what's happening on offense on plays like that? Of course he's not.
I don't think so either. But I came away really unimpressed with the way the offense looked off of a bye week. Like I don't know, maybe I'm stupid. I was expecting, something that was going to, hey, look at that. Look at what they installed during
wrinkles.
The bye. Yeah. It was nothing.
Couple of wrinkles.
That game was awful.
Crisp, and I don't want to hear the cold and the wind. Give me a freaking break.
Stop.
But like the sloppiness.
Yep.
And there should have been called for more than, like you had said, more false starts. The tush push. Even I'm angry that the officials not calling the tush push now.
I wanted them to ban it last night,
Yeah,
right during the game.
Just get rid of it.
Goodell should have just walked out of a booth somewhere and just banned it.
But
Terrible.
I don't know if this is my new conspiracy theory. They're intentionally not calling it.
Yes.
Because this is the way they get it
Yes,
banned.
exactly. They're intentionally allowing these penalties to exist on the play so they can say, see, we can't officiate it. See ya.
And now everybody's going to vote against it. Because you know what, Harry? There's no way. I don't care if there's 35 players on that line of scrimmage. If you can't see in real time, it was never more obvious than somebody left not just a little bit early.
Right.
A lot early.
I think it was Landon Dickerson the one time, right? And
yeah.
Green Bay did too.
And they missed it.
They missed it.
And they missed it. And it has nothing to do with the tush push, but that's how you're going to get it banned.
Yep.
It's damn officials.
Yep.
But I don't, and we'll talk about the decision-making and everything, because Nick Sirianni, for the most part, Harry, he's done a really good job at the end of games, clock management, and things like that. And I know they tried a similar play in Minnesota that worked on a fourth down, and it iced the game where they threw it to A.J. Brown, and it worked. In that situation, 4th and 6, 35-yard line with 33 seconds to go, and the Packers with no timeouts, even if they were to go for a Dallas Goedert slant or a safer play that gets you 7 yards in the first down, it's still the wrong call there. Did Nick Sirianni see? Here's where I think Nick Sirianni was, because after the game he tried to explain it why he wasn't kicking the field goal.
Yeah.
There's nobody that wanted him to kick a field goal.
Not
there.
a 52-yarder in that cold and wind and the trajectory and all this stuff he's talking. No, punt the ball.
Punt the ball. Even if you punt it out of the end zone, they have to start from the 20.
You're going to gain 15 or 20 yards or whatever it was, 15 at least yards. And maybe the punter can put it inside the 10. He's done that before.
No timeouts. Ray, how many times did we talk about, and I bitch about these field goal kickers, all you need is 20 seconds to get 30 yards, and then you put yourself in field goal range.
Now, McManus is at the end of his rope. He
really had no chance to make that kick last night.
No chance.
But still, they shouldn't even have had an opportunity to do that.
I agree.
So I'm not doing a good enough job.
It was dumb. You saw when they completed a pass, they barely were able to get to the line of scrimmage and spike it.
Right.
They had to come back out and throw the ball to try to get 5 more yards because they knew he had no chance.
If the quarterback had half a brain, they kick a field goal. If he was in the top 15 in the league,
he missed throws last night.
Oh.
He did. And by the way, Jalen Hurts missed throws last night too, and he sucked.
Yeah.
And
when they need a play, who do they go to?
No, he makes it.
Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
That guy makes every play that he's asked to make. I mean, he's my number one. He's the number one receiver on this team.
Jalen made a couple of throws last night late that were good throws.
Yeah.
But Devontae Smith, remember we were having the conversation, what's the point of having A.J. Brown? Wouldn't you rather have 2 first-round draft picks? I mean, do we need to have that conversation again? He had 3 targets.
Yeah, nothing last night.
Nothing. And like you said, Devontae, that was an underthrown ball on that touchdown. Yep. And Devontae somehow goes up and he makes the play.
Yep.
This isn't the tallest guy in the world. He's not the strongest guy in the world. But he is
got great
smooth,
ball skills.
Man, he's got body control.
Great hands.
And every big play you need, you just put it up there and you let him make that play. He is an absolute killer. But I don't understand how you come out of a bye week looking sloppy like that. I don't know how you come out of a bye week with that type. What was the game plan? Yeah. What were they trying to do? Where were the new wrinkles?
Nothing.
They ran one time they ran a wide receiver screen that you never see, and it actually worked a little bit.
Yeah.
To Devontae, by the way.
I mean, the biggest play of the game to me, aside from a touchdown, was the I don't know if you call it a swing pass or a dump off to Saquon, where he's over there
Did the
on the
spin
left-hand side, just start clapping. Hey, got it to him. He makes the spin move, and A.J. was blocking downfield.
Good block.
Yeah, and they're 41 yards. Totally changed field position. Next play, they scored a touchdown.
610-632-0975. That's the phone line. Harry, we do take phone calls.
We do?
We do take phone calls on 97.5 The Fanatic. 610-632-0975. And we have people on the line that want to speak about this. But your reaction to the game last night, Jalen Hurts talked about how the offense has to play at a high level consistency. What needs to change to make that happen? And Jalen Hurts had no confidence last night. No confidence throwing the football. We had seen before the bye week, confident Jalen Hurts stepping up in the pocket.
Yeah.
Strong throws. No confidence last night.
Yeah, and they called that design run, and then he gets the ball punched out. That was a really nice
big play
by,
in the
by
first
Green
half.
Bay. That was a Peanut Tillman-esque punch.
We'll take your phone calls. We'll take your texts. 610-632-0975. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
how they can hinder us. And so talk about the false starts, talking about the things that take no talent, being on the same page, for me to start the game off and give the ball away after a long drive that stops the flow of what we're doing. So that was a big mistake in the game that I own, and I think as a group, we got to control the things that we can control, and that starts with me doing that.
Jalen Hurts after the game last night. We're back. Middays with Marks. Middays Mays. Middays Ray Dunn. The whole crew is here. Brandon. Is Nate not in the back today because he was up till like 2 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah. Big highlights and post-game APing shift for him.
A lot of highlights from last night.
I know.
Yeah, right.
Real busy first half for him.
How long did that take?
Well, he even texted us. He's like, not a lot going on in the game.
And I love Joe Buck trying to tell me that first half was compelling football last night.
But, all right, he's like half right, though. Did you enjoy the first half?
No.
You didn't?
No.
I thought it was a good defensive game.
No, I thought the whole game was garbage, to be honest with you.
Right?
I could do a defensive game. I can't do a defensive game when you spent that much money on your offense and it's my football team.
Well, I don't disagree with that. I'm just saying 0-0 at the first half was compelling to me.
I'm okay 0-0. I've seen the 85 Bears play. I've seen great defense.
No, but 10-7 at the end of the game isn't. That's where things need to open up in the second half. This isn't a game that it was 50-mile-an-hour winds. It wasn't heavy snow to where no one could do anything or heavy rain.
Yeah.
The weather wasn't that bad last night.
3 straight primetime games that stunk last week. Not a good week.
Sirianni, Kevin Patullo, and this Eagles offense have more 3-and-outs, or they're on pace for more 3-and-outs by any NFL team in a decade.
Yeah.
A decade.
They lead the league in 3-and-outs.
Yeah. It's good. If they continue at this pace, they're going to have the most of any NFL team in a decade.
And then I saw Lane Johnson get rolled up on. I'm like, oh, my God.
And he somehow came back out.
Unbelievable. And then they said it was an ankle. It looked like a knee to me. Now, I'm no doctor, but, man, that did not look good. And you see him walking off. He's in obvious agony, pain, and he comes back, man. What a beast that guy
He is.
He really is.
He's a total beast. And what do you think he's going to be like now? You have a short week.
Yeah.
Detroit, they have edge rushers on Detroit. They have a very active defensive line. He's going to be out there. His whole leg's going to be taped up.
Right. And, Green Bay was down a bunch of receivers last night and their best tight end. So Adoree Jackson didn't kill the Eagles last night. He actually played most of the snaps and was okay.
The Green Bay receivers killed the receivers last night. They were
the quarterback.
And the quarterback.
Yeah.
Ray's
next week.
Hey, he wasn't throwing to anyone. That's true. You guys want to keep building him up. I'm all for it. He should be playing in a dome. He's got no receivers. I agree.
He should be in the CFL. How about that?
Come on. Now we're going too far on this.
We'll play you Sirianni's explanation coming up, not now, but during the next segment, where he's trying to explain why he went for it on 4th down.
I'm the dumbest coach in the world.
Right.
When did that drop come? Where did that come from?
He was explaining, I think, one of these decisions like midweek.
Everybody says
when it doesn't work out, everyone says I'm the dumbest coach in the world.
Oh, that's so funny.
Correct.
I'm the dumbest coach in the world.
We're not saying you're the dumbest coach in the world. Just like Andy Reid or Bill Belichick or I don't know about Bill
don't
Walsh.
worry about it. Enjoy the win,
But great NFL coaches, they make dumb decisions.
Sometimes they lose their mind.
Yeah. Nick Sirianni lost his mind last night.
I'm not doing a good enough job.
I don't think he realized that they could have punted. I don't think that it even entered his head.
I mean, Green Bay was out of timeouts, right?
Harry, unless you gave up a gain with that amount of time, even if you put them at the 20, which I would hope you'd be able to get them inside the 20.
Yeah.
Even if you do that
you're gaining 15 yards.
You're gaining 15 yards. They have no timeouts, and you'd be punting. They would more or less get the ball with like 27 seconds left or something like that, 25 seconds left. Ain't no way outside of a fluky long play, which could happen.
Or a pass interference or something.
Or a pass interference that you're getting down there.
Which might have been what they were going for with the A.J. Brown throw.
I guess they did the same thing again with the Vikings. It iced the game and ended the game. And I remember being like, that was a ballsy call because it worked. Doesn't work, you're an idiot. Like he said. All right, let's go.
I'm the dumbest coach in the world.
Let's go to Kyle from Willow Grove. Kyle, good morning. How are you?
What's going on, fellas? I told my mom this morning, I stopped by her house, I said, Mom, I'm not listening to any radio today because I kind of felt like I knew what the temperament was going to be. I got to be honest with you, fellas. Going into halftime, sitting at 0-0, I mean, I guess it's all perspective. I'm watching the game with the family, and we were thoroughly enjoying it. You know why? Because we're in a league where defenses can't sneeze on offensive players. And here we are. We got a defensive battle. players on both sides of the ball, and they were dominating majority of the game. Hurts started the game on a 13-play drive. He was very sharp. He fumbled the ball. Not too long after that, they lose Lane Johnson. Fred's coming in, and Micah's lining up over him. I could totally understand Jalen be a little uneasy. It's the first freezing game of the year at Lambeau. I guess the Packers aren't a good team. With two heavyweight teams in the playoff preview, I feel like the defense has dominated the game. And, yeah, I expected to be a little sharp out of the bye week, but I beat one of the best teams in the league. I'm not looking for
they really?
points.
Yeah,
I think we overvalue the Packers. After I've watched them the last 2 weeks, you see them 2 weeks in a row at home.
But you can say people overvalued the Eagles in the first 3 weeks.
Well, that's fair. The Packers are 1-3 in games where they've given up 16 points or less. They're 1-3.
Let me just say this before you guys let me go. I would have rather won the game the way we did last night than to lose a 44-45.
Sure.
Of course.
Sure.
I agree with you.
Sure. I mean, Kyle's given the, hey, don't worry about it, enjoy the win. So
Okay, don't worry about it. Enjoy the win.
So let's do this, Ray. I want your answer on this. Percentage. I would go 60-40. 60, the defenses were dominating and the weather wasn't great. 40, bad play calling, inept offenses for both sides. Like Sirianni and Hurts, we've seen this conservative stuff before. What the hell's Matt LaFleur doing last night? Yeah. I guess I'm not watching Green Bay close enough. You had just said they're losing games that the defense doesn't give up a lot of points.
The quarterback always seems to have 2 or 3 really bad plays.
Yep.
Where he turns the ball over or does something
or he
really
misses
stupid.
He misses a big pass.
Misses a wide open guy like he did last night.
Right?
What, with last night?
Well, I'm just saying, like, how much was Kyle saying that was about defense last night? That wasn't about the Eagles.
It's partly about defense.
First half to me was about defense.
This morning I used the old cliche that defenders get paid too, and I think that's kind of where I was at. Like, yeah, they have jobs, they have to do their jobs as well. But if you watched that game last night and didn't think there was an offensive problem on either side, if you didn't think the quarterback play on either side was subpar, then I think you're just kind of burning your head in the sand with this.
But I think it was also the play calling.
Well, yeah, that too. I mean, they got into 3rd and long again. How many times? This is the things we were talking about before the 2 really good games leading into the bye. How many times I mentioned, wow, 3rd and long. They're going to go 3 and out again. I mean, this was stuff that we've broken down a ton on this show all season long, and it showed up again. You had 2 weeks to get ready for this game. We spent 15 days talking about this team in between games, and they couldn't figure out how to solve and get themselves out of 3rd and long. Like, that's absurd.
So what's the headline from the game? Is it about the defense's dominant performance, or is it about the offense's ineptitude? But that's a good text question out there for people on the text line. 610-632-0975. We'll come back, and I'm just looking at the play-by-play here of these drives. You got to be kidding me. Yeah. If you remember, they both had 2 long drives to start the game and didn't get any points. Right. 9 plays and 16 plays, and then that's when the fumble happened. After that, not so good.
Nothing.
610-632-0975. Phone lines, text lines. We'll play you Sirianni's response last night. He tried multiple times to explain that 4th down decision. We have that, your calls, your texts. Middays with Marks, 97.5, The Fanatic. Hey, let's talk about keeping your stuff and your home and everything else safe. That's correct. With Liberty Safes of New Jersey. So, newest sponsor to our show. I'm actually speaking to everybody over there later today because I want to find out. I'm like, all right, I got to come check out everything that you have. I've been to your website. Locations in Mount Laurel in Hamilton Township, New Jersey. So, obviously, break-ins and things like that. But I actually, my parents said this to me. They said, well, we don't really have, so why don't you get a safe? Well, we don't really have a lot of valuables. Sure you do. Jewelry? What about birth certificates, Social Security cards, important pictures from my great-great-grandmother, right? Everything that you have, it is now safe against fire, flooding, theft, like jewelry and things like that, right? That's why Liberty Safes in New Jersey is a smart move for you. You ever stop to think about it? What happens if someone did break in your home? What happens if there is a fire? Maybe you don't want the kids getting into something that they shouldn't, right? So Liberty Safes in New Jersey, largest selection of Liberty Safes in the tri-state area, and they're real people who actually are helping you choose what fits your home. They're not trying to sell you so they can make the most money. What's your budget? What do you need? And there's no sketchy delivery drivers dropping off a 600-pound safe on your sidewalk. Liberty Safes in New Jersey delivers and installs your safe the right way. It's not just about guns or valuables. It's about peace of mind. So protect what matters most. Just check out their website. No obligation. LibertySafesNJ.com. Or if you want to check out their showroom, Route 73 in Mount Laurel or Horizon Drive in Hamilton Township. Tell them John Mark sent you. LibertySafesNJ.com, because when it comes to safety, don't risk it. Lock it with Liberty.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Finding a win. I'm Ray Dunn. This Fanatic Sports Update is brought to you by Groundworks, your trained and certified experts for basement waterproofing and foundation repair since 1997. Book your free inspection at groundworks.com. It wasn't pretty, but the Eagles did win 10-7 on Monday Night Football over the Packers in Green Bay last night. The defense was the headliner here. Jalen Phillips with a great debut for the Birds last night. And on top of that, he was able to be a part of a defensive effort that kept Green Bay to 261 total yards, just 4 yards per play. The Eagles' offense was not much better than that Green Bay offense, scoring just one touchdown in the win. Head coach Nick Sirianni spoke postgame about improving despite the fact they won the game.
You know, sometimes it's going to look really pretty. Sometimes it's not always going to look pretty in this league. You know, we found a way to win. We'll be very critical. I think sometimes it's like, hey, guys, we got to enjoy these wins. It's hard to come into this place against this team and win a game.
It's going to be hard next week to get a win against the Detroit Lions on Sunday Night Football at home. Andrew DeCecco joins us at 10:55 to break down the game. Jeff Mosher joins us at 12:55 to break down the game. 76ers host the Celtics at 8 tonight. You can listen to the game live right here on the Fanatic, and the Flyers back in action tomorrow. This update's brought to you by Mattress Firm. Score huge deals at Better Sleep Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale. Their sleep experts will find the perfect bed for your unique needs. Mattress Firm. They make sleep easy. I'm Ray Dunn in your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic.
I would have liked to be in a little closer to kick a field goal. The closer we would have got, the more, again, you play every situation a little bit differently, but I think it was into the wind on that one. I knew the kick would have to be a little bit lower trajectory of a kick on that particular one. I got a lot of faith in our offense. It didn't work out on this one. We just didn't get it. But the decision, I stand put on that decision.
What? Do you have laryngitis? Or why is he talking like this? Any idea?
I mean, all coaches have a little laryngitis after a big game.
I mean, normally Nick's loud and boisterous. I don't know. Anyway.
Those cuts were short last night, too. I don't know if we're just tightening it up back there in terms of the workflow or if Nick was actually a little bit more brief than usual.
Well, that would always be welcomed, considering he just goes on and on. But does he not realize that you didn't have to go for a field goal or go for it?
I mean, couldn't he have just taken the penalty? Delay a game, move back 5 yards and punt it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course they can also decline it, but
right.
Yeah, why not?
Make them.
So here was the roll here, all right? So Saquon Barkley 2 yards. Yeah. Saquon Barkley 1 yard, 3rd and 7. Saquon Barkley 1 yard. So now it's 4th and 6. Green Bay 35, 33 seconds to go. And
Green Bay has no timeout.
Green Bay has no timeout. Right. So actually, I heard Aikman say this during the broadcast, which is wrong. If it's a turnover on downs, the clock doesn't continue to roll. So, at that point, they can throw the ball without having to worry about. You would never throw the ball on 1st, 2nd, or 3rd down. Maybe on 3rd down just to trick them. But in that situation, you need the clock to roll. You're not going to do that. So on 4th down, he decides he's going to throw it, which I don't. It's very rare that everybody believes one thing and one thing only, and that's what you had last night with that decision. I haven't seen anybody that said, you know what, no, it was the right move. If you were going to try to pick up the 1st down by throwing a slant to A.J. Brown to pick up 7 yards or 6 yards, even that's not right, but at least it makes more sense.
Do you think he does that if they're playing the Rams? Let's the same situation. January, playoff game. Stafford, Nakua, Devontae Adams.
I don't think they play as conservative the entire game.
Yeah.
But they play conservative in the first half of that game against the Rams, if you remember.
Yeah, they did.
After the game, Jalen Hurts said, you got to give us a chance to. That game last night looked like the first 3 games of the season where they didn't want to make mistakes, and they felt like they could win based on their defense.
And the thing is, they kind of neutralized Micah Parsons. He was not a factor in that game.
He was disruptive, but he wasn't getting sacks
getting home.
No, he wasn't. And Jalen, for the most part, he was protected relatively well. I know that there was some pressure up the middle. It was pointed out a couple times, Jalen really couldn't step into the throw. Oh, shut up. What do you mean? You're not going to have a perfect pocket every time.
He made a really nice play in the pocket where Parsons was, and Mailata were to his left. He stepped up, and then Parsons was behind him, and then ran the ball.
Yeah, that was a good play.
That was pretty nifty in the pocket there.
He made a really
and the quarterback run, the designed run that he ended up fumbling. It was a good play.
It was
just a better play by Green Bay's defense.
The completion he made to Goddard where he threw across his body into traffic.
Yeah.
All right, he completed it, Harry.
He did.
How was that? It's terrible. So you're ready?
Ill-advised. Let's just put it.
Holy cow! I still can't believe he did it. All right, so so the game opens 9 plays, 5 minutes and 25 seconds. Green Bay 9 plays for 12 yards because they got that big sack. Who was it? It was Hunt.
Yeah,
Hunt got that big sack. So they only ended up getting 12 yards on that drive. They punt.
Yep.
Eagles get the ball. 16 plays, 77 yards, and they fumble it. So Green Bay gets the ball second quarter, 3 and out. Eagles 3 and out. Green Bay 5 and out. Eagles 3 and out. Green Bay 3 and out. Eagles 5 and out. Green Bay fumbles it. So they had a big fumble that cost them. And then the Eagles just gave up at the end of the first half. Which, by the way, I had no problem with.
Well, yeah, but the drive where they ended up kicking the field goal, I had a problem. It was 3rd and 7 on, I believe, the 22. The Eagles.
They played for a field goal.
They had to delay a game, backed them up.
Oh yeah,
that was 3rd and 12. Another one of these pre-snap penalties, and then they run it to Shipley. That was the give-up play. That bothered me.
They were at the 21, 3rd and 12.
Yep.
Shipley.
Yep.
They were comfortable taking a field goal.
Mm-hmm.
They were playing for our defense is going to beat your defense.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to score, which is very dangerous thing to do in the NFL.
Right. But then 4th down at the end of the game, he wants to go for it.
I did see.
This is what I'm talking about.
So that
drives me crazy.
I saw a lot of people had. Ray, did you have a problem with giving up at the end of the first half? You're getting the ball coming out in the third quarter. The last thing you want to do is turn the ball over there. So they did. They gave it up. They gave it up. It was 23 seconds, 1st and 10 at the 35. Hurts, they dropped back to pass. He scrambled for 4 yards. So they were trying to throw it. 2nd down, they were trying to throw it. Incomplete to Devontae. 3rd down, that's where they just handed it off to Shipley. Now, if Shipley gets 10, 15 yards there, they take a timeout, and then they probably look at it differently.
I had no problem with that, though. I mean, they were trying to throw the ball. It just didn't work
It didn't work out.
Yeah.
I just don't get just giving up when you have the amount of talent in this offense.
But when specifically?
There. Right there.
At
3rd down.
At the last play of the first half?
Yeah, just handing the ball up and no, we'll call it a day.
It's 11 seconds. You're on your own 39, and it's 3rd and 6. I have no problem with them not throwing the ball there. The worst thing that can happen is there's a sack, fumble, or he intercepts it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. They tried on 1st and 2nd down. I don't know. Like I think it's completely valid to say like the coward draw running that all night, or
that's annoying.
And the exact conservative approach they had. That's up for me. This was perfectly fine.
I was okay with it at the end of the first half.
Okay.
I just think we have the quarterback that we all talk all the time about how he's going to protect the football, protect the football, protect the football. If he doesn't see the play there, if there's no obvious play to be made, throw it away. So you get the same result.
Are they conservative like that last night because they see Hurts doesn't have it, and they see that Jordan Love doesn't have it? Because he didn't. It was pretty clear both guys didn't have it. They were missing throws. They were not good.
Well, they've been conservative all year.
Not the last 2 weeks.
I mean, yeah, they ended up turning it on in the second half against the Vikings. They ended up beating up on the Giants. That was great. They were conservative. Like, I didn't like their offense the first half against the Vikings. We thought they found answers in the second half. It carried over against the Giants. I felt like I saw more at the beginning of the season last night than anything else.
I just hated the plan that they came out with last night.
What exactly was it?
I don't know. Run Saquon, no wrinkles.
Because I know Green Bay was obviously trying to get their run game going.
All right, coming up, we posed this question. More impressed with the defense or discouraged by the offense? We'll hit the text line and the phone line, 610-632-0975. What was more impressive last night? The defense or the offense not being impressive? 610-632-0975, Middays with Marks.
Philadelphia is a sports city full of
let's check the text line here. Andrew DeCecco, our Eagles insider, joins us coming up here at 10:55. Len from Swedesboro on my personal text line says the final offensive series for the Eagles was the Kirkering throw to home plate. Inexcusable.
The final one in the game.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Not the first half, because that's
No.
what we were discussing before the break.
Well, he says the entire series. I mean, I don't. Has every game has its own personality and it's different, right? Like,
Yeah.
Does Nick Sirianni, does he realize there's things like end arounds and other wrinkles that you can add to the game, other than just handing the ball off to Saquon Barkley and having him run it or dropping Jalen Hurts back to pass? I just, like you had said it earlier, coming out of the bye, how do you not have something cooked up, knowing that it's national TV on the road against a good Packers defensive team? I don't know.
Yeah, that was the first scoreless half on Monday Night Football since 2009.
Yes, I did see that last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Browns-Ravens, I believe that game was back then.
correct. It was. Yeah. I remember Joe Buck saying something about the Browns.
Yeah.
So Bill from Northeast Philly says the problem wasn't the play call or the quarterback play, it was the offensive line. Mailata was horrible last night.
He was.
Falling down, missing blocks. That's why they couldn't throw the ball. Mailata was bad last night. False starts.
Yep.
He tripped or he slipped.
They were slipping all over the place.
Everybody
Not
was.
just Mailata, but the Packers weren't slipping.
Because they obviously knew the surface and had different cleats.
Right.
You didn't see it in the second half as much.
No, they didn't. They must have done something.
So, like, I agree. I mean, the offensive line, I don't think it was great last night. Was it really that bad? Jalen Hurts wasn't getting sacked all the time. It wasn't great.
This Fred Johnson guy's done a
Good.
nice job,
He's great.
man.
I love him.
When they go heavy with that sixth offensive lineman, I love that.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
Even when he played for Lane,
right.
He wasn't getting false started or anything like that.
Thought he was fine.
Mailata was bad last night. Let me, like, the quarterback is paid $50 million a year for when the offensive line isn't playing great and everything isn't going well around them.
Right.
It's to make plays.
Still got to make a couple of plays.
And Jalen didn't do that last night. And the play calling was not good last night. I'm sorry. Now, Jalen also missed open guys. Everybody sees it on social media, on Twitter, where it's like, missed him there. When he is getting pressured up the middle, when Jalen Hurts is not confident throwing the football, his feet are never set, so he's not driving the ball and he's not stepping up. Anytime he sees pressure or senses pressure coming up the middle, he's not completing that pass.
No.
And that's pretty clear. And it's been going on like that for years. Any team should be blitzing him up the middle, and he was getting pressured. When you did see a lot of these throws, you did see pressure coming up the middle. Doesn't mean you can't step up and make those throws, though. At all.
He ended up running the ball for five times last night. 27 yards. Some, few of those were designed. Some of them are scrambles. But he just doesn't seem to want to take it down with his legs either to try to, make something happen.
Nope.
As much as he was in previous, last year.
How many yards was on that fumble, too? A lot.
Right.
A lot. Ray, what's going on the text line?
All right, Sean from Cinnamon. Awful, terrible, soft, pathetic game from the offense. O-line and Hurts were terrible. Coaching was horrible. Didn't look like they had a game plan. Did Petulo spend the 2 weeks scouting Pee Wee leagues? Detroit changed their play caller. Maybe the Eagles should do the same thing.
Wow.
And
Sirianni calling the plays?
Yeah, who's calling plays?
I don't know.
No, I'm not.
Sirianni.
I'm asking.
Yeah.
I don't need that.
But you're not winning next week being conservative.
No. They're 2-point favorites. I wouldn't look at the line.
And we might notice that Adoree Jackson's on the field this coming Sunday night.
With Jamison Williams and St. Brown?
Yeah.
All right, what else we got, Ray?
Kevin in Hamilton Township. It was a great defensive battle. You're getting caught up in the NFL offensive mindset of today. We won a hard, in-your-face battle. Stop crying. We won. Good teams are getting upset and beat by scrub teams, and all we do is win. Stop crying.
Right. You're right about that. But how many times are we going to come in here after an Eagles game and say, well, a win is a win? You know what I mean? Like, I want them to look good for 4 quarters on offense.
Enjoy the win, man.
Is that too much to ask?
Well, how
with
about
all
this?
this talent?
How about this? A.J. Brown had 3 targets last night. How?
Yeah.
How? Like, even if you're drawing something up, to get him single coverage and throwing the ball up. He had shots last night. He had chances to do it
And one
last
of them
night.
was one we didn't want to see
Right,
at the end of the
Yeah,
game.
it was the third time. Yeah. There were opportunities last night to where confident Jalen, and we've seen this, confident Jalen says, I'm going to let my guy make a play.
Right.
And he throws it up there. He did it to Devontae. Devontae made a play.
You're probably going to get a penalty anyway.
Why
if
that?
you,
Yeah,
if you
in
don't
this
complete
league.
it.
Why not? Why not? Why not try to get him involved? Meanwhile, so you know what happens with him, and I'm not even criticizing him. It's natural when you're not getting the ball thrown to you. He was blocking at the end of the game. I didn't see any bad body language or moping.
Nope.
If the ball's not coming to you, the ball's not coming to you. You got to get him going. Give him a freaking end around. Line him up in the background, in the backfield.
Create something.
And do something different. Yeah. They're so boring.
I know.
This happened. I'm telling you, this happened. The Rams game, the end of the Rams game, where Hurts came out after the game and was like, "I told him we got to stop playing to lose and play to win," because he felt like they were playing to lose. And then they came out and the offense actually got going in the second half. They were playing not to lose the game last night. That's how they were playing. They ended up winning,
And they survived it.
You know what I'm saying, Ray?
Because, their defense, though, I mean, I know we want
excellent.
to harp on the offense, but I was really impressed with a bunch of guys on that defensive side. Hunt made a couple of plays. Jalen Carter was a force last night, batting down balls and just pushing the pocket.
Ojimo didn't have a tackle, but he called out that fourth down play that the Eagles got him. He called it out, and he had a couple of pressures early. The one that Jalen Carter batted down, he was pressuring Jordan Love.
Yeah.
He always seems to be involved in some plays. I like him a lot.
Yeah, so do I. Nolan Smith had a nice night.
Nolan Smith was good. N'Kobe Dean was a beast last night.
Yeah.
He really was. Campbell actually, he has a role as a linebacker. He was very good. Defense was excellent last night. So the positive spin from the game is we're seeing a defense that looked like, if you squint, the defense from last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's only going to get better.
They held them 4 yards per play.
They were very good last night.
Yeah.
They were. All right, Andrew DeCecco coming up next. Our Eagles insider, his thoughts on everything. He seems like a very positive Eagles insider. Would you agree?
Yeah, he leans that way.
Right?
Yeah.
He's not going to come on angry about the play calling and
I
everything
don't think
today.
so.
I'm going to argue with him then.
Okay.
So I don't want to hear
Is
positivity.
he in studio?
No.
Because it's easier to argue with somebody when I can look them in the face.
That's true. That's true. Well,
I much enjoy that.
Can we get him on? I'll show you a picture.
Yeah,
I'm going to show you a picture. Pull up a picture. 610-632-0975. Text line, phone line. Pacheco coming up next. A lot going on. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Finding a win. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. It wasn't pretty, but the Eagles won 10-7 over the Packers on Monday Night Football. Jalen Phillips showed out in his Birds debut as he and the defense held Green Bay to 261 total yards, just 4 yards per play. The Eagles' offense, though, wasn't much better, scoring just one touchdown in the win. Head coach Nick Sirianni spoke postgame about improving despite the win.
Sometimes it's going to look really pretty. Sometimes it's not always going to look pretty in this league. We found a way to win. We'll be very critical. I think sometimes it's like, hey, guys, we got to enjoy these wins. It's hard to come into this place against this team and win a game.
It'll be hard to win on Sunday night when they get the Detroit Lions, but as for now, the Birds 7-2, still the top of the NFC. Andrew DeCecco going to join us coming up next. Jeff Mosher will join us coming up at 12:55 to break down everything going on with the Birds. 76ers host the Celtics at 8 o'clock tonight. You can listen to the game right here on the Fanatic. Flyers back in action tomorrow. This update's brought to you by Audible. Stuck in traffic? Audible's romance collection will have you falling fast in the slow lane. Satisfy every side of you with rom-coms, romantasy, and the really steamy stuff. Listen free with a 30-day trial at audible.com. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
We're back. It is Middays with Marks on 97.5 The Fanatic, WPEN and WPEN HD1 Burlington, Philadelphia. Beasley Media Group station broadcasting live from the Comcast Business Studio, powering possibilities. And this is Veterans Day. So on behalf of Middays with Marks and 97.5 The Fanatic, just want to take a second to thank all the men and women who served our country. The dedication and sacrifice makes everything that we do, Harry, possible.
Absolutely.
So it's not just the people in the military, it's also the family, because they make sacrifices as well. So we appreciate you. Thank you for your service, and happy Veterans Day. There we go. Andrew DeCecco, our Eagles insider, joins us right now after the Eagles win a nail-biting 10-7 win over the Green Bay Packers last night on Monday Night Football. What is up? Up. Where'd he go?
He's gone?
He's gone. See,
this is why he needs to be in studio.
Yeah. Get him in here so we can yell at him in person.
Is he in Green Bay? Did he get stuck in an airport like T-Mac?
I don't believe so. No, I don't believe so. Oh, there he is. All right. No, look, he's up top. Andrew DeCecco. Yeah, so I don't believe Tim McManus was able to make it last night.
That's amazing.
Because of all the flight delays that are going on.
So the
with
government shutdown forced T-Mac to miss a big Monday night game?
I know a guy that was supposed to fly out of Newark. He had rerouted because his flight got canceled out of Philadelphia, so he got a flight out of Newark. That got canceled.
Wow.
Drove to Green Bay.
Really?
Said, you know what? Let's just go. The hell with this.
How many hours did it take?
What did we say? It was 16, 15?
13. I thought I guessed 16, and I was too high.
So 13 from here. I'm assuming it was a little bit longer from Newark, New Jersey, unless there's, you're flying over a lake. Let's go to Andrew DeCecco, who joins us right now, our Eagles insider. What's up, Andrew?
Hey, good morning, guys. How are you?
I mean, this is a great day. The Eagles won, and we get to complain about it, which is always a fun day for a talk radio host. What is your reaction? How do you feel this morning?
Well, it was certainly not aesthetically pleasing, but I think the Eagles have proven this season that they can win in a multitude of ways, and this was one of those games where they needed to lean on the defense, and I went into the trade deadline with the belief that edge rusher was the biggest need, because then it alleviates some pressure from the back end, and all of a sudden you're able to kind of mask the cornerback too, whoever that may be. And the pass rush really was, I think, the standout in this game, and you saw the impact that Jalen Phillips had. I would say that Jordan Love never quite looked comfortable back there. He had, happy feet. He looked a little scattershot, and Vic Fangio was kind of able to do what he wanted. He didn't have to send as much pressure as he ordinarily does because they were able to get home, and I think that was the game within the game.
Yeah, that was an incredible debut for Jalen Phillips. I mean, 4 solo tackles, tackle for loss, 2 hits on the quarterback, fumble recoveries. He was amazing. Howie Roseman should take a bow. But what, in your mind, Andrew, was the offensive game plan coming into that game by what you saw them do in the first quarter or so?
Yeah, Harry, to me it was pretty obvious, and this is something that they philosophically believe in, and that's playing risk-averse football. You could look at the weather, you could look at some of the mental miscues that they had and say maybe that contributed to it, but this is who the Eagles are. They don't necessarily want to take a lot of risks, and they seemed content with the field goal going into, before halftime. And to me, it was, don't let Micah Parsons ruin this game. That looked like that was the mentality and the mindset of the Eagles going into this, and Micah Parsons did not. Jalen Hurts didn't take a sack, but I think it was more play it a little bit closer to the vest, try to establish the running game. Saquon Barkley carried 22 times. They tried to establish it. It really weren't able to get much going there. And take some calculated, throws in the short to intermediate area. I was a little surprised that they didn't push the ball down the field all that much. A.J. Brown, those 50-50 balls become 70-30 balls normally. But, yeah, I mean, it was just a conservative approach all around. So that was a little underwhelming.
Yeah, and Andrew, I agree with you for the most part. If you take it by a case-by-case basis, when they did do the coward draw play and they essentially waved the white flag to punt, in a lot of those cases, like the end of the first half, they tried to throw at the beginning of that drive. It didn't work, and then they just said, we're going to eat it. We're getting the ball coming out of the second half. So it's not about those particular plays for me. I just, you had just said it. Where's A.J. Brown? A.J. Brown had 3 targets. Where is when Jalen Hurts is confident he's driving the ball down the field, what do? Figure out a way to get single coverage on A.J. Brown. How about some slant routes to Brown? How about something, getting him involved? How about some end arounds? How about some creativity in the offense? What I was watching last night, it's like they took a step back. Before the bye week, the offense looked fresh. It looked like they had some new ideas, and the guys had confidence. I saw anything but that last night.
Yeah, aside from working all three running backs into the rotation early in that game, you'd be hard-pressed to identify a different area of improvement for the offense. I agree with you. They look like they regressed in many regards, and it shouldn't be complicated to get the ball to A.J. Brown. They got him involved early. They got away from it for whatever reason. I didn't think Jalen Hurts was particularly sharp in this game. Now, he made the throw when he needed to on the 36-yard touchdown to Devontae Smith, but there was the miss to Grant Calcaterra that could have been a touchdown. He was lucky that the pass to Jahan Dotson along the sideline wasn't jumped, kind of like that play against the Giants in the first matchup. So I just thought that he was largely off the mark, and it seemed like Micah Parsons, Rashawn Gary, and that pass rush was in his head a little bit, and he was trying to speed up his processing. But he made plays late in the game that a lot of quarterbacks don't make, and that's why they're able to kind of pull that out, along with the inspired efforts from the defense, of course.
Another thing that keeps affecting this offense in a negative way are these penalties, pre-snap penalties. Mailata had a couple of them last night, putting you in down and distances that are, first and 15s, whatever it is. And Toth had the big holding penalty that brought back a big run by Saquon of 21 yards. They still seem to be, needing to tighten a lot up offensively with penalties.
Yeah, it's interesting, Harry, for a team that really prioritizes details, and every time you talk to really any player on either side of the ball, it's all about fundamentals, details, and not beating ourselves. But there's been a lot of times this season where they've gotten away from that, and the product has really reflected it. So, yeah, you have to wonder as far as when the way that the complexion of the offense, I think a lot of their risk-averse nature, at least last night, as a case-by-case basis, had to do with the mental miscues, and they weren't firing on all cylinders. But that goes into the lackluster offense or the inconsistent offense that we've seen this season. There's been a lot of mental miscues. There's been a lot of executional errors, and there's been some questionable play calling. There's not the innovation, the creativity that we were all hoping to see. So I think all of that is really baked into why you're not seeing this offense, this high-octane offense, reach its potential.
Talking to Andrew DeCecco, our Eagles insider, I've seen a lot of fans on social media say this, so I want to ask an insider to it. Kevin Patullo, I can't believe he's calling the coward draw plays. Fire him. He sucks. This is a Nick Sirianni call. When you're running this conservative offense, 3rd and 11, and they do a draw play, or they give up at the end of the half. That's not Kevin Patullo deciding that. That's coming from the head coach, correct?
Yeah, you're 100% correct there.
All right. Sirianni goes for it on 4th and 6th.
Yeah.
35-yard line, 33 seconds to go. He was asked about it after the game, and he didn't even seem like he realized he could have punted on the play. What is your opinion on the whole scenario situation?
Yeah, I mean, he looked at it like if you go up by 6, he was assuming that the field goal, you still need the touchdown. He wanted to end the game, and he said that the wind factored into what he deemed was a lower trajectory kick. But, I mean, you're up 3, 33 seconds left. You're on the 35. You go against conventional wisdom and try to air it out. And I think you would be much better suited, and most would agree, punt the football, pooch punt it with Braden Mann, who's been stellar this season, and pin them back there and force them to drive the length of the field. They're lucky that didn't cost them or they weren't able to tie the game there.
Yep.
But, I mean, that was a baffling call for many reasons. And I know Nick Sirianni doubled down on it. He said, I agree with what I did there, and he was able to, sort of rationalize it. But that's I'm not an analytics guy, John, but I mean, most analytics folks will tell you that it's a pretty obvious situation. You punt there.
Yeah. Harry said, but take a delay.
Yeah.
If you want to kick from the 40, they can decline it still. You pooch punt. Worst case scenario, they get it at the 20. And then they have to go.
Exactly.
And then they have to go, realistically, 50 yards?
You can run a couple
yards
seconds off the clock in the punt play, too.
Right. That was close.
Yeah, it was.
It was close last night. They should have never gotten to a point with the kicker. Let me ask you this. So McManus takes a kick. So they call a timeout. McManus kicks it. And Sirianni goes nuts on the sideline. I would have went nuts too, right? And then they send them back out. They try to get a couple yards. Do you think that was premeditated by the Cowboys, by the Packers to have him kick it? Like, did he say to McManus, listen, if they call a timeout, kick it anyway? Because then they realize that we got to get a couple more yards on that or you're not going to come close.
Yeah, that was my initial read. They get a better determination as to what his range is and all of that, and then they can better assess where to go from there. And then it was, okay, that's too long. We're going to try and get a few yards here, but the Eagles sat on that, and they weren't caught off guard. So, yeah, that was the way that I saw it too.
Yeah, now, Dory Jackson played a lot of snaps last night and, didn't kill him. Granted, the Packers receiving crew was down a couple of guys, and they're not the Detroit Lions. That's the big thing that I'm looking for this Sunday night is the other cornerback against his Detroit receivers. What do you think looking ahead?
Yeah, I was actually a little surprised that the Eagles didn't activate Ja'Cory Bennett for this game. Now, his 21-day practice window expires Wednesday, so they're going to have to take quick action if they plan on keeping him in the mix this season or he's going to be shut down. But I also was of the belief that Keely Ringo would be the corner this week based off of how he performed against the Giants. But I think this is very indicative of how Vic Fangio feels about the cornerback situation. He tends to go back to Adoree Jackson when he's healthy because he's a player that you're not going to throw a lot at him that he hasn't seen before. He's a little bit more fundamentally sound. He has short area quickness, doesn't have the size or the physicality of a Ringo. But you saw the benefit of what a pass rush can do, and all of a sudden he looks like a serviceable option there. Right. And I've been a little bit stronger in my support for Adoree Jackson than most have because aside from that opening game against Dallas, I think that he's held up fairly well, at least relative to expectations. But that's kind of – I'm expecting the Detroit Lions to attack that cornerback 2 spot. The Packers didn't go after him as much as I thought that they would. But as long as that pass rush continues to dial up and they can send waves and different players at him, I think that they may have a sound solution, whether it's Adoree Jackson or who knows, Jair Alexander down the line.
Andrew DeCecco, our Eagles insider, he's all over the station all week. When do you do the Birds Buzz podcast that you have? When can we expect that?
That'll be Thursday around 10 o'clock after I do my morning show sit-in with John and Andrew.
All right. There he is. Andrew DeCecco. Thanks, Andrew.
Good stuff, man.
Appreciate it, guys. Have a good day.
All right, there he is. DeCecco. All right, coming up, the big defensive possession. The big positive out of this one, Moro Ojomo calling out the Packers' late 4th down call. Josh Jacobs talked about it after the game and how it impacted him on the run. We'll play that for you and react to the defensive effort coming up next. 610-632-0975. Phone lines and text lines, Middays with Marks. Don't go anywhere.
The Fanatic's Andrew DeCecco. The Philadelphia Inquirer's Jeff McClellan.
doing, they'll never feel good because it changed my mind on how I'm going to run the ball. If we just being honest, it makes me kind of like guess what I'm going to do. And obviously, you know, people are smart. If we got cold words or whatever, you hear it a few times, like you going to eventually react to it. You know, I mean, that's football, but yeah, I mean, it's never a good feeling.
Josh Jacobs on that fourth down play, or you can hear it plain as day on the broadcast if you watch the video that's floating around out there. Moro Ojimo called it out. Inside zone. That's what it was. So now he's thinking about it, and he had said, I don't know, was it in that cut that I missed it, or was it a different one where you're saying they ran that same play a couple times already in the game. That's probably how it was sniffed out.
Yeah.
So
Code words picked up on.
yeah, LaFleur didn't. We're bitching about Sirianni and Patullo. LaFleur was not good last night as well.
No. He looks really tightly wound, too.
He is. No,
yeah,
you're
he
right.
looks very tightly wound.
You see the one, and even I was kind of like, all right, you're the head coach. He wasn't even paying attention to the defense on the field. He was looking at his tablet. He was over on something, not even paying attention.
Yeah.
So what's going on?
Well, the offense is his thing. Their D coordinator's pretty good.
Oh yeah,
their defense is pretty good, but man, that quarterback was frustrating the you-know-what out of him last night.
Well, so LaFleur had a bad day. No receiver core. This Eagles edge rusher group's really good. I mean, it really does seem like that.
Here it comes.
It does seem like Love was up against it last night.
Yeah.
It really seems like Love was really up against a lot of factors. You guys are right. You got to give this guy at least a night off. You know, we can't all be good every time.
2 straight duds in a row at home.
At home. First time they've lost 2 in a row since, when did I say? 2013?
13, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Rodgers did it, so must not be that bad.
It's fine. Yeah, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, as many people, and we'll check the text line here in a second, I don't look at this as being, man, don't complain. Like, the defense was great. Defense was great. It's encouraging.
Yes, it is.
That's encouraging.
Pass rush.
But
they were active last night.
It's not encouraging to see coming out of a bye where you don't feel like your coaching staff had a very good day. Offensively, Fangio aside, offensively, Patullo and Nick Sirianni did not have a good night.
No. You're going to have to – what do you think you got to score this Sunday night, to win this game?
30.
Home? I'd say at least 27. Yeah.
30.
Yeah.
Lions, we're going to find out just how good this defense is. Because that's what everybody's going to say, oh, defense getting back to what it was last year. I agree. Yep. Nolan Smith was great last night. Even BG, now he didn't get the tackle.
No,
but
he got a couple of snaps.
Blew up a play in the backfield.
Yeah.
See that? That counts.
Sure.
Yeah. He didn't have a sack last night. That's all right. Yeah, he blew up a play in the backfield, and he helped cause the tackle for a loss.
How many snaps? Like 10, I think?
I didn't see the snaps. Something like that.
There.
Something like that. It was good to get him out there. But
now, Sunday night, there's a chance of rain on Sunday. But the temperature is going to be, it's not going to be like a Green Bay night. It's going to be in the 40s for the game.
Which is fine. I'm sure it was cold if you were at the game last night. I'm sure it wasn't that cold. We're not talking about the Ice Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
There has been wind before at football games. Let's not act like that it was unplayable conditions.
I know.
A bunch of crap.
It's supposed to be cold in Green Bay, isn't it?
You have a Monday night game in the middle of November, or almost the middle of November. Yeah, it's supposed to be cold. Man, Hurts had a weird game again yesterday. I just can't figure him out.
I know.
I can't figure him out. Is it really, if you pressure him and you get him in his head, he can't throw the ball? Is that what it is? Is that all you need to do?
The thing I just can't figure out, and I know you're the same way, is how hard is it to get a big play wide receiver into the offense? Like 2 targets essentially. Forget about the third one. The third one should have never happened. Just at the end of the game.
You're right.
Right?
We should.
And the first 2 were early in the game for like middling little 6 yards, 7. I think it was 13 yards. Two targets.
And then
that's nothing
for the entire rest of the game, except with 30-some seconds left.
He's blocking.
Right. So if the other team is saying we're not going to let A.J. Brown beat us, then that should open it up for somebody else.
Right.
That's clearly not what's happening. And if the coaching staff can't figure out a way to get him going, I don't know what to tell you. Devontae Smith is a very good wide receiver.
So good.
He's probably their best wide receiver right now just because he sees the throws. But you have Dallas Goedert, who's been a beast this year. Saquon actually looked really good last night.
He did.
It was the best. That's also encouraging is that he looked good again. He didn't have the numbers, but as you mentioned, he had the one play called back for a holding.
That was for 21 yards. Yep.
And then Mailata, he would have had a big gain on that. Micah Parsons tripped him.
Right.
Which wasn't called as a penalty.
Wasn't called. Yeah, I guess that's tough to officiate.
It's too tough to
the
officiate.
tripping, yeah.
Right. Maybe these officials just suck.
They do.
And that's the bigger problem.
They do. They sucked in that Giants game, too, for both sides.
So how about this, all right? So for everybody, because one smart aleck last night, I was just like, oh, I'm surprised you're not defending the tush push on that false start. Oh, shut up. It's obvious that it's a false start. Why can't you review it?
Right.
I mean, like, Harry, I'm all for everything being reviewed if it's that obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Micah Parsons, that's a 15-yard penalty. Stop it. Hang on a second. Boop, 15 yards.
I don't know why they can't see it. Why do they have to? I mean, I
Why
could
do we
see
even
it.
need it? I know.
I saw it.
I don't know. Do they get so tight when the tush push comes up that they're shaking and they can't actually officiate it? I don't know.
Yeah, that's what makes it so tough. That's why they got to get rid of it.
I don't need less review. I need more review.
You need more.
I need more review. Why can't you? Why to shut everybody up? If it's fairly obvious, I don't need them nitpicking in super slow motion. Oh, look at that. He left early. When Landon Dickerson's a half a second in front of the snap and they don't call it, that should very easily be able to be like, hang on a second.
Right.
Let's do the what do they do? The replay, whatever, where they can change the call without having to review it. Replay assist.
Yes.
Why can't you do replay assist on that? Micah
Right.
Parsons clearly sticks his leg out and he gets a tackle like that. It's a clear trip. Replay assist.
We break down catches, for 10 minutes to see if a ball moved a millimeter to say that it's not a catch. And you can't go back and look at, the guard and the tackle moved early.
It's easy. When it's that obvious to everybody that's watching, then it should be able to be reviewed. What are we expecting the A.J. Brown social media post? Ray, can you get notifications sent to your phone?
Yeah, I'll be ready.
Are you
I'll
on
be
his
monitoring.
LinkedIn? It might be LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
He's went from
LinkedIn?
Twitter to Instagram.
Feels like a TikTok type of day.
Sorry,
TikTok.
All right, let's get on
No
TikTok.
Blue Sky. Is he on Blue Sky?
I doubt it.
I don't have Blue Sky. Sorry, I'm not gonna be able to monitor that one for
What's
you.
the Threads?
Threads.
Right?
Yeah,
Threads?
that's an offshoot of Instagram, basically.
Yes. Is that the Facebook answer to No, that's
Yeah.
no. Facebook is Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
all the same.
Instagram answer to Twitter.
Okay. Yeah. Because I have it, but I just don't.
It's Meta.
All anything I put out on Twitter is everything I put out on Instagram. It's like funneled to Threads.
Correct.
Or I
Yes.
don't know. I don't know.
Whether
I
you
don't
like
go
it
on
or
it.
not.
I don't go on it. I don't.
They're always trying to get me to go on it by putting a thread in my Instagram feed.
You see it, and then you click on it, and then all of a sudden you get
and
sent there.
it's always a BS like post. It's never anything interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Man, they've come up. All right. Text line, Ray. What do we got going on here? People are I'm finding more people that are, hey, don't worry about it, enjoy the win, man, than angry. Because
I'm not angry.
I'm not angry. It's frustrating to watch your coaching staff come out last night and coming out of a bye week.
Right.
All I heard was, what were they doing for 2 weeks?
Yeah, they're going to get healthy over the bye and, self-review. They're always going back and reviewing themselves.
This used to
Sirianni thing.
This used to happen a lot with Andy Reid, where Andy Reid doesn't go home. He sleeps an hour a night, sleeping on the couch for an hour a day or whatever. And then they come out with a game plan that makes no sense. And the offense looks terrible. Why don't you go home till Friday and then come in Friday and then put some game plan together? You do just as well.
Sirianni's good off the bye, though, too.
He's 5-0 now.
Yeah, he's undefeated.
5-0.
Yeah. It might not look that good, but he's 5-0.
Hell yeah.
He is.
Exactly.
He is. By the way, Mavericks.
So much good.
Mavericks fired their GM, Nico Harrison.
The Dallas Mavericks in the association.
Yeah.
That's the guy who traded Luka, right?
Yeah, for nothing.
Yeah.
9 months later. I mean, he didn't even get to see the vision through. He might be an idiot, but you have to, at least if you commit to the idiot, you got to let the idiot see it through.
Not when they're chanting at every game, fire Nico.
What's that going to change? Anthony Davis is still broken down. Cooper Flagg still doesn't seem to be what he was supposed to be yet.
Well, Cooper Flagg shouldn't have to deal with fire the GM chants.
Right.
In the game.
Right.
That's not fair.
But speaking, since you brought up the association, why are they playing the Celtics for the third time tonight already?
They're making sure there's no late games in the season.
My God.
What do they play, 4 times or 6?
I don't think 6.
Thought it was 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. So it's the November 11th
We have 3 of them
And we have
already.
3 of the 4 already.
Yeah.
Great.
I'll see him in the play-in.
And you know where you can find that game tonight, Harry?
Right here on the Fanatic.
97.5 The Fanatic. Tom McGinnis on the call. And it's an NBC 10 game.
Oh, it is?
How about that?
Get excited. Oh, I get that on my
You
on
get-
my
you do
YouTube.
get it?
Yes. Last night I had to do the FUBAR TV. Or FUBO, whatever it is. I got a free, like a 5-day trial for free.
A number of people send that to me. This is
Yeah.
how people can watch.
Yeah. So now I got to cancel it,
Yes,
or
cancel.
they're going to whack me for $100.
Yeah, cancel.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they'll make it really easy to cancel.
Oh, I know. Yeah. It'll be like trying to get my $20 credit from YouTube TV. I could stick that $20 credit right, you know where. I don't even want it.
In their keister. Coming up, we'll talk more of that. Also, man, the defense was good. Jalen Phillips spoke after the game. We'll see how Ray feels about Jalen Phillips. He was mocking him this past week.
Huh.
That's coming up next. Last night's defense, did it take a leap towards the Super Bowl? We'll talk about it coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Find it a win. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. It's brought to you by Bradford White Water Heaters. When you need a new water heater, choose one that's built to be the best. Choose Bradford White. It wasn't pretty, but the Eagles won 10-7 over the Packers on Monday Night Football. Jalen Phillips showed out in his Birds debut as he and the Eagles defense limited Green Bay to 261 total yards, 4 yards per play. The Eagles offense, though, wasn't much better, scoring just 1 touchdown in the win. Head coach Nick Sirianni spoke post-game about improving despite the fact that they won the game.
You know, sometimes it's going to look really pretty. Sometimes it's not always going to look pretty in this league. You know, we found a way to win. We'll be very critical. I think sometimes it's like, hey, guys, we got to enjoy these wins. It's hard to come into this place against this team and win a game.
It'd be difficult to win a game playing like that against the Detroit Lions on Sunday Night Football coming up this Sunday down at Lincoln Financial Field. We spoke earlier to Andrew DeCecco. You catch that conversation on the Fanatic app one more time. And Jeff Mosher will join us coming up at 12:55 to break down the Birds. 76ers host the Celtics tonight at 8 o'clock. You can listen to the game right here on 97.5 The Fanatic. Flyers back in action tomorrow. This update's also brought to you by Audible. Stuck in traffic? Audible's romance collection will have you falling fast in the slow lane. Satisfy every Saturday with rom-coms, romantasy, and the really steamy stuff. Listen free with a 30-day trial at audible.com. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Grateful. First time in a while that I've gotten a little emotional before a game. Just, obviously this stage and, coming here is my first time at Lambeau, walking out through that tunnel. It doesn't get better than that. So, yeah, I'm definitely grateful. Felt amazing energy from the guys. There's just an air of confidence. And, everybody played together. We had a great game, honestly. It was super gritty. So, yeah, I'm just grateful to be here for sure.
Oh, that was a gritty win, Harry Mays. That's Jalen Phillips after the game.
Yes, and I'm sure our producer probably still thinks he's pandering there in the post game.
Your thoughts, Ray?
He might be a genuine guy.
Yeah.
I mean, the weather comment's still a tough take, but overall might be a genuine guy. Seems very happy to be here. And if he plays like that every week, I'm just a moron with a microphone. Who cares what I say?
That's true. That's true. No, yeah. I mean, he was billed, and I thought this wasn't a Micah Parsons trade, considering they gave up a third-round draft pick.
Right.
The Eagles liked him coming out of the draft. He's a former first-round pick. He's in a terrible situation in Miami.
Awful. And
he comes up here and he says, "This is the best thing ever. I'm with a team that's coming off a Super Bowl. They're a great organization. The guys are very welcoming.
Likes the coordinator.
Yeah.
Experience.
Knows him.
Yep.
And he came out last night. He was just all over the place. He was making tackles, fumble recovery, pressuring the quarterback. You noticed him. Was he 50? It's a weird number.
Yes, 50.
50.
Yes. Took me it was a little off.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
I wasn't expecting.
I was looking for him, right out of the sheet. I'm like, oh, 50.
Wow. Yeah, he was that 50. Right. I'm like, I don't like the number, but he was awesome. He couldn't. The very difficult to have a better game, a more impactful game than he had last night.
Yeah, and he leaves Miami and they go and beat Buffalo. How weird was that?
It is weird. They went and beat Buffalo after that.
The NFL was really
no one
weird
saw that
on
coming.
Sunday.
No one saw it coming.
The Giants give up another big lead in the fourth quarter. They fire their coach, which I said when it was we were watching this game on Sunday with a bunch of Giant fans. It was awesome theater to see them go through this. I said, you got to fire him. He's got to be fired. Like, to me, if I'm the owner, he's fired tonight. And it took them till the next day. So now they're looking for a coach.
So you were watching the game? Because I was on Red Zone.
No, we were watching the game.
You were watching the game?
Yeah.
So wasn't there like the overuse, the way they were using him is you're going to get the kid killed?
Yeah.
Well, that's why you fire him. You can't have him going out
there. How many
there
concussions has he already had?
I mean, that's what my Giant friend was like, you're going to get him in real time during the game. Dable's going to get him killed.
Yes.
Like, that's not good. So if the owner sees that, that's it. Right now, what else do you have with that team? You got a quarterback.
Nothing.
You got a quarterback.
Yeah.
You have some other good young players.
You lost your big play wide receiver. You lost your big running back to injuries.
The only thing that matters is
you got defensive secondary that is just tatters.
It was actually a good thing because if you're a Giant fan, I know it's probably difficult to watch in the moment because they don't need to win games now. They have their quarterback.
Right.
You need a high draft pick. You need the highest draft pick possible.
Yeah, and then the Jets go and win a game.
And
their fans are apoplectic. Now they want to win.
Well, at least that was against the Browns and it was at home.
Yeah.
How did the Bills?
Yeah. Oh man.
For the bitching we're doing about the Eagles today, they still won the game last night.
Yep.
How did the Bills go down to Miami and get beat bad?
Quarterback turning the ball over. That's how. Hero ball.
So is there a method to the madness of they go conservative like that when they see Jalen, they say, he didn't have it today? This is a good defense? Nope. Because he did it earlier in the season. They said, we're going to lean on our defense. We're going to do the tush push. We're going to lean on our defense, and teams can't beat us. And for the first couple of weeks, they were right. Last night, it ended up working out.
Yeah. This Sunday night, you got to score 27 or 30.
Yeah.
You're not going to go conservative and beat that team.
No, because
even in your own building.
Because even with the defense playing better, we were talking about Adoree Jackson earlier. You're not covering some guy that was a corner and they made a wide receiver.
Right, the kid from Rutgers.
Yeah,
yeah. They went to him on a huge. What was it?
Fourth down.
It was a fourth down.
Third or a fourth.
And the ball was actually a good throw, a well thrown ball by Love. It goes right through his hands and hits him right in the chest.
They had a couple of bad.
Yeah.
Conversions.
Yeah, they're Jordan
really
Love
makes
threw
you
a good
think.
ball.
Really makes you think with that wide receiver core, an inconsistent day for Matt LaFleur, the fact they were playing outside in the cold. I mean, what a novel concept for the Green Bay Packers.
Right.
So that's not going to happen again. It's a one-off.
Yep, he's fine.
He'll be fine. That's the lead, by the way, today, ESPN. I'm doing a scanning of the national takeaways. Takeaways today aren't anything Eagles related. It's just everyone from 6 a.m. so far through First Take, all the national shows, just Jordan Love.
Oh, they're all piling on.
Yeah,
now?
no. Today's a Jordan Love destruction day on nationally.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what you do.
Yeah, it's not like they can sit there and pump up Jalen Hurts' performance.
No.
Right?
No.
And talking about how great the Eagles' defense isn't, that's not selling.
Wasn't sexy.
No. So what's the headline locally? What's a fair and objective headline locally? It's 11:35. People have gotten everything off their chest from the game last night. What's the headline? 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975.
Eagles defense rediscovers their pass rush.
So is that the headline?
Yeah, I think that's a good one. I don't know if it's the headline.
Well, what's your headline? Is it the defense
That's mine.
or is it the offense?
No, mine's the defense.
So it's the defense.
Yes.
So the defense overshadows anything offensively. Nick Sirianni, Patullo, things like that. Ray?
Defense bails out offense.
Right?
More at 11.
Okay, so that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Defense wins rock fight at Lambeau.
It was a rock fight.
Or the two offenses showed up with pebbles to a rock fight.
Right.
I mean, the way you want to look at this.
Did you used to have rock fights
No.
in Berks County?
I never had a rock fight.
Me neither.
I never understood that
I think
description.
it's a city thing, maybe?
Yeah, I guess.
I know. I'm not even going to ask Ray if he had a rock fight.
What?
You have a rock fight in Oaks?
No.
Right. That's why I didn't ask you. Well, at least everything's going well with YouTube and Google and ESPN and Disney and everything like that. Everything's fine.
Well, it's funny because I'll be watching ESPN Plus tonight. I'm starting and finishing my day with Ray today.
How about that?
That doesn't sound like fun.
Sounds like a day
Temple
from hell for
LaSalle.
me.
Temple LaSalle tonight. I will be glued to ESPN Plus as well.
That's right.
Looking
7
for
o'clock.
content. Looking for a good call or a bad call. Either way, it's good.
Yeah, I'm sure you're going to be really looking for the good calls.
All right, coming up your text line, but also on the phone line, 610-632-0975. Does the defense overshadow what happened in the offense last night? What is the headline today in your head after last night's game? It is Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey, it's Ray Dunn and FanDuel, in partnership with Valley Forge, is the #1 sports book for same-game parlays. From points and rebounds to threes and assists, FanDuel is the best place to combine your favorite picks into a same-game parlay or track every stat live, all in one easy-to-use app. And right now is the perfect time to join because new customers get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. That's $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. Tonight, Sixers. They got the Celtics. Maybe you're looking at a maxi over in points. At this point, the line has gone up so much. Maybe you go to VJ Edgecombe because the markets are coming down on him after that amazing first game. And at some point, he's going to break back out. And you're going up against that Celtics team that, again, opening night, he showed you could really ball against. Maybe you look at that points over and combine it with the assists over for Tyrese Maxey, and there you got yourself the start of a same-game parlay. Again, you get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. Head to FanDuel.com/endzone. That's FanDuel.com/endzone to sign up today. FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. 21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawal bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Noon coming up in a second. Or at 12 o'clock, we will empty out the text line. Couple phone calls, Harry. Let's go to Uncle Jamie from Uncle Jamie's College Football Locks of the Week. I don't even know your record this past week, Jamie. What's up?
I was unfortunately 1-2, embarrassing 1-2 this past week. But it's got some big games this week. We had a big bounce back coming on the Uncle Jamie Locks of the Week. Keep watching and keep viewing on YouTube on the Fanatic channel. Over 1,200 views last week.
Correct.
It's getting bigger and better.
Correct.
Keep it going.
What were the
Harry,
two? What were the
big.
two losses?
Texas Tech. I tried to warn him.
Oh.
Tried to warn him.
Yeah,
BYU
you
was
warned me on the Tech. The Texas Tech was the worst beat.
Yep.
It was bad. I overestimated BYU and that program coming in, and Texas Tech, just that place in Lubbock was just it was a gauntlet. They just tore them up. Wasn't even close. Game was not competitive.
Yep.
Sad but true.
I don't even know the other game.
Had Notre Dame covering. That was a good.
Oh,
pick.
against Navy, yeah.
Yeah. So that was a good pick. So the question is, what as we get down to the college football playoff, the Notre Dame team, right? 2 losses, but Notre Dame's got national reputation. They got a lot of TV eyeballs.
They're in.
Generally, they're going to make it because of that.
Yep.
Probably. Who else do they have left on their schedule? Anybody?
No, they play their tough games early.
Oh, they did.
And then they're playing Air Force and
Yeah.
Navy late.
Okay.
Those games.
Exactly. Yep. They got Pittsburgh.
Oh,
So
yeah, that's right.
Don't sleep on the Pitt
That's
Panthers.
at Pitt this
Pat
weekend,
Marduzzi.
right?
A little preview. That will be one of my picks this week.
All right.
Pitt, Notre Dame.
All
right. So I won't give it away.
All right.
Keep viewing that YouTube Fanatic channel.
All right. It's a
So
good plug.
my Eagles point is this. Is that, I understand, I think John tweeted last night, it's a great point where he says, great thing about last night's game is that they won and there's a lot to bitch about. So, not wrong in that regard. However, when you look since 2021, the Eagles and the Chiefs have won the most games. And if nothing proves to you, both in college football and in NFL football, winning is everything and the only thing that these guys are getting graded on. And Sirianni and Hurts have figured out a solution or a equation that works to engender winning programs. The 1 year where they collapsed was a bad defense. They fixed that by bringing Fangio. Fangio will never let this defense collapse. You're always going to be competitive. You're always going to be in the game. Once in a while, the NFL comes up and bites you like they did when the Giants beat the Eagles, but mostly they're going to come back and get you. If you compare us to any other team in the league, I'll put us up against anybody. People are like, oh, the Lions scored 44. They're going to come into Philly. The Eagles are going to put up points against the Lions. That game's going to be a shootout. You trust Jared Goff or you trust Jalen Hurts? I trust Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl champion.
Yep. No, but hang on, Jamie. Didn't it feel like last night it was too conservative? I thought it was going to bite him in the ass, and then they go down and they score that touchdown. The Packers do. And it's like, that's what I was talking about. You can't. They were too conservative.
The dynamic of the game was just the way it was playing out was just an ugly, smack in the mouth, defensive type game. None of the offenses had rhythm. It was the first you're freezing your butt off in the cold.
Yeah.
It just I think the weather condition played a piece of it, and you got to run the ball in those circumstances. And a couple big plays, Saquon yard play on that touchdown. Schmidt missed a great catch. And, in the case.
Oh, we like your phone was breaking up. But I mean, Harry, it worked. They won the game.
They did.
They won the game.
They did. They survived.
And that's when they've done it. It's worked. Last night felt like it was going to cost them. That they were just a little bit. Was it more conservative last night, or was it just that the play calling sucked and the quarterback was pretty awful? And the offensive line wasn't playing well. They were sloppy last night.
They were.
Like, that's disappointing coming out of a bye week. A team isn't more crisp.
I would have thought they'd be more buttoned up coming out of the bye.
Incorrect.
Disappointing. But they won.
Let's go to Nick. Nick in Trenton, New Jersey. Nick, what's up?
Hey, what's up, guys? So I just wanted to jump in on the conversation. So with the way that game ended last night, despite the horrible play calling towards the end, the defense really stepped up when needed to. Because for my take, when the offense isn't playing well, the defense is supposed to step up. And then vice versa. If the defense isn't playing well, the offense is supposed to step up. So it's vice versa. So with, Kevin Patullo and Nick Sirianni drawing up, 4th and 6 plays that can literally blow a game, the defense is supposed to, fight for nails and claws and try to finish this game. So for me, I think the point of emphasis moving forward for them to make a deep playoff run is supposed to be on the defensive side. And they say defense wins championships, defense wins ball games, so I think that's going to be, the point of emphasis. And yes, you have to score against a team like Detroit, and that game is going to have to be a shootout. You're going to have to score, 30 or more against those guys. And the defense is going to have to play lights out. They're going to have to get up after, Jared Goff. They're going to have to double team Aiden Hutchinson. So I think, they're going to have to fight for nails and claws like that. So that's my point of it.
All right, Nick, appreciate it. Which side does Hutchinson line up on? Do they move him around? Because my Lotta was awful last night.
Yeah.
Lane Johnson's on one leg.
Right. Either side. It could
that's what I'm saying. Like,
he could cause havoc no matter where you put him.
That's legit. They have a good defensive line. I get it. Conservative approach, defense, and the defense did win the championship last year. Defense was fantastic against. If you're doing a headline from the Super Bowl, Jalen Hurts was the MVP as he deserved to be, but that defense dominated the Chiefs, dominated them, punished Patrick Mahomes. But if you're on pace to have the most 3-and-outs by any NFL team in a decade,
that's not a stat you want to be putting on a resume.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
And that's not a problem while they're being conservative. That's a good thing. No, it's not.
That's the inconsistency issue that we talk about, because they do have, drives where they do get the ball down the field and look like the Eagles of old.
Last 2 games, they look like that. Second half against the Vikings.
And it's like, last night, they've had many of these games where the first possession, they kind of look, they're moving the football. They end up maybe with a field goal or something. There was a fumble last night. But then they go 3-and-out, 3-and-out, 3-and-out for the rest of the half. And you're like, what happened to the offense?
Yep. For sure.
And AJ doesn't get the ball.
Give me a text or two, Ray. What do we got?
See, this is what last night opened up on for me, and this is what I'm dealing with right now. Come over to the good side, Ray. Packers are going to continue to hurt you. QB1 already told you. Love hurts. I've been an Eagles fan my whole life. Love stunk last night. Hurts also wasn't good last night.
Well, can you just get off the love thing? Just say you're officially over the
no,
please.
Why would I get over it?
Break up with love.
Yeah, I'm not breaking up with love. I still believe in love.
See, he's a young guy. He still believes in love. Take it from me. Just break up with love.
Yeah, yes.
Okay?
Yes, take it from me, too.
Yeah, yes. And Hutchinson's listed as the left defensive end on the depth chart.
So that'd be over Lane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know he was able to make it back, and he's likely to play. I mean, I don't know what the injury is, but he's going to go out there.
I think you'd have to cut that leg off for him not to.
Well, they may do that.
Man.
He's a warrior.
We got Mike in Mechanicsburg. Happier with the defensive effort. Phillips showed out on a short week. Makuba and Quinyon were ballers. Offense proved they could still perform the 2 prior weeks, especially against a top 10 defense like the Vikings. I'm optimistic.
Yeah, but even that one throw that Love made where he threw in a double coverage and Makuba should have had an interception.
Mm-hmm.
One of the late throws that he had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I defense played great. 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. All right, the news at noon. Harry Mays with Ray Dunn. An awkward end to the Manning cast. The end of Nico Harrison. And Stephen A. has responded to Michelle Beadle. And I actually watched this. Michelle Beadle came out and said she praised that Stephen A. Smith crashes and burns.
Not religious, but she praised on Stephen A.'s downfall.
Correct.
Wow.
Stephen A.,
as
he points out in his podcast, he hasn't responded to anything that Michelle Beadle has said for however many years she's been saying it. He responded last night.
I didn't even know there was a beef.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it's important.
And I watched it too. No, he went after Carrie Champion last night. He was attacking everybody.
This is what happens when you have that ESPN filter that I have. It just filters out all this nonsense.
And you don't pay attention.
No.
5-minute video. Now, granted,
really,
like a minute of it was Michelle's actual audio, which she lifted from her podcast and just played on his podcast.
But it was even longer than that.
Just for Michelle, just for the Michelle response.
Yeah, it's long. It was good too. We're gonna play you the best of it.
We're going to play it in full. All of the 12 o'clock.
Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Finding a win. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. It's brought to you by Morgenstern Hair Restorations. Great teams stick together, and so does great hair. Morgenstern Hair Restoration Championship results. Visit morgensternhair.com or call 610-980-4000. It wasn't pretty, but the Eagles won 10-7 over the Packers on Monday Night Football. Jalen Phillips showed out in his Birds debut as he and the Eagles defense limited Green Bay to 261 yards and just 4 yards per play. The Eagles' offense was not much better, though, scoring just 1 touchdown in the win. Head coach Nick Sirianni spoke post-game about improving despite the win.
You know, sometimes it's going to look really pretty. Sometimes it's not always going to look pretty in this league. You know, we found a way to win. We'll be very critical. I think sometimes it's like, hey, guys, we got to enjoy these wins. It's hard to come into this place against this team and win a game.
Birds now 7-2, top spot in the NFC, though they do have one of the top contenders in the AFC coming to Philly next weekend for Sunday Night Football in the Detroit Lions. Andrew DeCecco joined us earlier on in the show. You can listen to that conversation one more time on our website or the Fanatic app. Jeff Mosher will join us coming up at 12:55. 76ers host the Celtics at 8 o'clock tonight. You can listen to the game live right here on the Fanatic. Flyers back in action tomorrow. This update's also brought to you by Electrical Workers Local 269, Electrical Training Alliance, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 269, NECA, and the Electrical Training Alliance can offer a career with no college debt. To learn more, go to IBEW269.com. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and Union. 97.5, The Fanatic.
with Marks on 97.5 The Fanatic. WPN AC1 Burlington, Philadelphia. Beasley Media Group station broadcasting live from the Comcast Business Studio. Powering possibilities. 12 o'clock hour brought to you by Service First HVAC, offering 0% financing for 48 months. Rebates and tax credits up to $4,300 when purchasing a heating and cooling system. Learn more. ServiceFirstHVAC.com. Without further ado, let's get to the news at noon.
This city needs its news.
Now, it's time for
I'd like to be remembered as a good newsman.
the news at noon
It's the coolest story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane.
with Ray Dunn.
All right, we're going to start to the end of last night's game that was not aired on YouTube TV and probably should have been aired on ESPN2. Just very awkward end of the Manning cast. And I think I might take more exception with it because it was an Eagles game. I can't do the alternate cast during an actual Eagles game.
No.
And as much as the Mannings do, I think they found a good lane for themselves. I enjoy Buck and Aikman so much that I don't do a ton of the alternate cast for Monday night anyways.
How about I don't do one friggin' second of the Manning cast, and it's not because I don't like Eli or Peyton, because I do. I like both of them. I want to watch a football game.
Yeah, I don't need an alternate cast for the Eagles game. Now, some of the games, if it's a bad game and
I go to
I
sleep.
just want to watch it, I might watch them for.
So you do watch it sometimes?
Yeah, every now and then.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
out.
All right. Well, they had Shane Gillis at the end of that game.
All right.
And they were going to say goodbye to him as that game was getting into the closing moments. Never disconnected. Just listen to how awkward this back and forth is and how uncomfortable the silence gets.
Are you still on, Shane? I didn't know. I thought we said goodbye, but just making sure you're still on. Speaking of awkwardness, I'm still here. Oh, okay, perfect. All right.
What were you guys going to talk about if I wasn't here?
I don't know. Believe me. We'll give you. We'll give you an opportunity. If you want to go off, you're allowed to leave. If you want to ride it out with us, you can stay with us the last 33 seconds. Your choice.
I'd love to stay.
Make it stop.
But that was at the key end of the game, and they're just talking about nonsense. There's 33 seconds left in the game.
Yep.
Now, who's watching that? You're not a football fan if you're watching that
Not
at
me.
that moment in that game. There's no way.
Imagine there are a number of people that fit in the Venn diagram of Eagles fan and Shane Gillis fan that wanted to see, oh, maybe it's fun. If you stayed on that broadcast and that was the way the end of the game's happening, that's where you're listening back to in the background, your TV is probably broken today.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I mean, I didn't feel like I didn't feel like they were getting the field goal. But I was standing up. I was doing the pacing.
Yeah.
The last thing I need is these three idiots not knowing what's going on. That's it. Unbelievable.
No.
Yeah, it was bad.
By the way, also on that Manning cast last night, and I was waiting for this. Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, goes on. And first of all, who the hell wants to see Bob Iger? What non-football fan wants to hear from Bob Iger? Oh, well, he must be addressing the whole situation with YouTube TV. Nope, not even asked the question. Which I'm not going to criticize Eli and Peyton for not asking the question. They're not journalists. That's not their lane.
But they were probably told not to.
They were told not to.
Yeah.
They were absolutely told
They had
not
to be.
But, like, the lack of self-awareness from Disney and from ESPN and from ABC, you know what you do? Bob, he was at the game. Hey, it's probably not a great idea to go on this week. I understand that you want to go on with the guys. We'll find you a different week to go.
Yeah.
You go on and you serve up a bleep sandwich for the viewers. Like, people that can't watch the game or have to jump through hoops like you.
Yes.
Because you have YouTube TV. He doesn't even address it
No.
or give anything about it. No question. Oh, it's the biggest bunch of crap ever.
Bring them on the week after they patch things up with
Correct.
YouTube TV, if they do.
Now, they also didn't bring him on to do the PR thing that they've been doing with all the other hosts,
Right.
which I guess I appreciate. He didn't come on and try to blame YouTube.
Right.
Well, from the PR perspective, just throw him the softball. To not say anything is the worst possible
But
thing.
what is he going to say?
We're working to get this figured out. We
Okay.
understand it's inconvenient for you guys that right now, those of you that are YouTube TV customers had to find something else to...
We're working hard to try to do it, except they're not. It doesn't seem like they care.
But he can at least give the common company
He can
line
lie.
of like,
He can
yeah,
lie.
he can lie to us. If you're going to bring him on and throw him in our faces, lie to us and tell us you're working on something.
How about this? I'm more insulted that they actually brought Bob Iger. Is that if anybody wants to hear him? What person wants to hear Bob Iger?
I was tapped in, locked in.
He's not a football guy.
I think most people that saw it probably didn't even know who he was.
Who he is, yeah. No, exactly. Harry, you're so right.
Yeah, I mean,
9 out of 10 don't even know who he is.
Who was the third guest? Don't they usually have? They usually have 3.
Who was the third guest last night?
Was there actually a football player or a football guy?
No, I thought it was someone in Hollywood as well last night. I'm blanking. I saw the promo for it, but I'm forgetting who it was.
Wow.
Let me see. I'm pulling it up right now. Shane Gillis, who, by the way, I have no interest in seeing.
He's funny.
He's great.
And he's from Pennsylvania.
He's an Eagle fan. It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't care.
His TV show is set in Valley Forge, so that's kind of a win for me. I mean, he's doing a TV show based in Valley Forge. I'm good.
The creator, executive producer, and co-writer of Abbott Elementary, Quintana Brunson.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's based in Philly.
That's
show.
based in Philly,
Yes,
so they bring that up there. Again, there's a reason why I watch Buck and Aikman, and I've never turned this crap on.
Yeah.
It's that reason right there.
Well, normally they have a football guy.
Or they have Charles on, and he's very entertaining, or they have football guys. Yeah, I agree. All right, what do we got?
All right, moving on. Today, Nico Harrison, the news comes down. I just want to replay in the news at noon. This is old news, but it's his end-of-season presser. When he was asked the question, why should you keep your job?
Why shouldn't you be fired?
Well, one, I think I've done a really good job here, and I don't think I can be judged by the injuries this year. You have to judge from totality, from beginning to end, and so I think I have a really good working relationship with Patrick. I think you add in Rick, the leadership that we have is really elite, and you'll see next year when our team comes back, we're going to be competing for a championship.
Oh,
there you go.
All right.
Oh.
And is it official? Did he get let go?
Yeah. That presser began, I think, about a half hour ago out there.
Fired.
Yeah.
So what do? They hire Daryl Morey?
Can they?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Can they?
To be clear, that team that's going to compete for a title is 3-8 right now.
Wow.
Yeah, they're not competing for squat. All right, come on, let's get to it.
All right,
Stephen A.
Main event. Stephen A. Michelle Beadle, part of Stephen A.'s 5-minute response.
So when you hear her talking about me, please understand, I don't know her. I have no relationship with her. She says I don't like her. How would you know? It has to be because of how you're acting, Michelle Beadle. It can't be because of me. Because I don't talk to you. I don't know you. I don't talk to you. I've never been around you. We've never had a conversation. We've never hung out with one another. Nothing. We have no relationship. I can sit up here right now, walk outside to the bathroom, pass somebody in a hallway, talk to them for 2 minutes, and that would be more extensive than any communication I have had with Michelle Beadle in all these years.
Yeah, he went scorched earth on her, and it goes on for a while. He details her entire career, all of her failures.
Yeah.
It was great.
Where did this start?
Michelle Beadle on her podcast with Cody Decker just started going off about because it was the solitaire. You know how Stephen A. had the solitaire app? So Stephen A. got caught playing solitaire during an NBA final. So he comes out with this app where he's endorsing this solitaire app on social media.
Okay.
Mina Kimes, Kendrick Perkins, a couple of Dan Orlovsky, they also did the same thing. Probably the company that has the solitaire app is crooked.
Okay.
So he started getting criticized.
I saw
for
Mina
it.
Kimes apologize.
She apologized
for this,
for it, right.
So that's what this is about.
So Michelle Beadle started going off on. It was an excuse for her to go off on Stephen A. And that's when she prayed. She said, "I'm not religious, but I pray for his downfall."
Wow.
So, and this is not the first time she's attacked him. He just hasn't responded.
Okay.
Before. So he said he said at the beginning, "I'm responding now." And he addressed the solitaire app thing, too. He didn't ignore that. He addressed it at the beginning.
Is her show with Cody Decker still on Mad Dog Radio? Because it used to be.
Well, that's part of what goes into this.
She got whacked for Stephen A.
Okay.
So she was mad about that.
But they have had tension.
That show was terrible, by the way.
Of course it was.
Yeah. Cody Decker's awful,
So Stephen A. starts off playing what Michelle Beadle said, and Cody Decker it is so terrible. He's just like rah-rahing her in the background when she's attacking Stephen A. He comes on and goes, Cody Decker, I don't know you. I'm not going to talk bad about you. I don't know you. Trying to get you started in the business. and then just goes scorched earth on Beetle.
The Cody Decker part was an underrated part of that whole thing.
It was good.
He kept lining up I don't know you. This has nothing to do with you. Good for you.
They
Good for you.
tried to
your
pair
career.
Cody Decker with Craig Carton on that Fox TV show that he was doing.
And Craig was trying to pitch Michelle Beadle because he always liked her, and FS1 said no.
I always got along with her.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, she seems like every job that she goes to, she hates.
Yeah, I know.
She gets whacked.
Yeah.
She don't want to be there. But Stephen A.
She seems difficult.
She's.
I'm
assuming she's kind of difficult to deal with.
I'm assuming Stephen A. is a walk in the park to deal with.
Yeah, for sure.
He's Stephen A.
But he's Stephen A. Right?
Exactly.
He's Stephen A.
So he was difficult the week or two he was here.
He's Stephen A. and that's times 1,000 now. As I said before, I'm not a big Stephen A. guy, but I respect the respect the grind.
I respect the grind.
But but one other thing. So he's talking about you go on your podcast that has 2,000 Instagram followers. So he said it multiple times that there was 2,000 Instagram followers to their podcast.
Oh, okay.
So in other words, no one's listening.
Caliendo's Stephen A. is terrific.
The sandwich one that he did.
It's just terrific. Because he can do, Stephen A.'s got several different Stephen A.'s within Stephen A.
The yelling Stephen A.
Yeah,
and he gets quiet Stephen A.
It's really good.
You had all that last night. It was a very entertaining podcast. I've never seen it before.
Okay.
Coming up. All right, we'll get back to it. 610-632-0975. People chiming in on the text line and their headline, offense against defense. Is this a defense? Does this feel good about the Eagles because the defense was so good last night, or is this a head-scratcher on offense? That's coming up after this. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
John Kincade, Andrew Salciunas, and Connor Thomas.
Thought-provoking.
Ray Dunn, ahead of the call of the Temple Owls tonight against the LaSalle Explorers. Is that at the Liacouras Center there, Ray Dunn?
That it is.
Yes, it is. They open with 4 straight at home.
You can catch all the action on ESPN Plus, but we have the 76ers and the Celtics tonight.
Yeah.
Which will be interesting. So that's coming up. But if you want to listen to Middays with the Marks and you miss it, you can watch on YouTube. Are you following the YouTube chat today? Or
I am.
On there?
I am very active.
People being mean? Are they being nice?
I mean, it's
been all right.
It's a mix.
Okay. All right. Well, YouTube live between 10 and 2. You can go back and you can watch it whenever. So if you ever miss any portion of the show, you can fish through it or whatever. It's obviously archived. So subscribe to 97.5's YouTube. You can watch the show live or on demand whenever you want to. Also, our podcasts, which are available wherever you get your podcasts, Harry.
Right.
Just search Middays with Marks and leave a review. So you can listen. We make it very easy for you. It's broken down by hour. It's broken down segment by segment. So you can go in and be like, all right, yeah, I want to hear them talk about this, or I want the news at noon with Ray. That's my favorite segment. So you can do that. The show is broken down hour by hour. Wherever you get your podcast, you can get it on the 97.5, the app, 97, the Fanatic app. But just if you are listening on the podcast, give us a nice review. Rate and review it.
Well,
Get on there and follow us.
Give us an honest review.
No. Just a 5-star review. If you don't like the show, still give 5 stars.
Well, can you read the reviews?
I saw we had a 4.3.
It's not bad.
I looked over the weekend and I saw because I'm trying to encourage people to give reviews.
Right.
Because we're a brand new show and that's how people can find us that maybe like Philadelphia sports but don't know about us.
Right. But they give the stars, 4 or 5 stars, whatever it is. But then do they get to write something?
They do.
Like a comment.
I didn't read any of the comments because I don't do well with them.
Okay.
I just saw and I'm like, oh, I've got reviews. I'm like, 4.3. All right. I don't know how many reviews there were.
Okay.
Might have been 6. I don't know. But anyway, just remember, Ray, wherever you go, you don't have to miss a minute of Middays with Marks. Just whether video or podcast form. Get it. And rate and review, and only 5-star reviews are acceptable. Do not. That's what I'm saying. Like, then people go in and screw with me when I do that. And it's like the Yelp review or a Google review for something. They just go in and they're mad.
Right.
So it's like, well, that's not even the company's fault. Like, why are you giving them a 1-star review because you called and no one answered the phone?
Right.
The answering service didn't.
People just love to do that.
Yeah, they just want to go on and screw you.
Like, here's a comment on the chat. I don't really understand this, but 215 Philly says that Ray catches bullets with his teeth.
What does that mean? That you got bullets at you, but you catch them? You're like, spit it out?
I guess.
I mean, it seems like a compliment.
How about that?
It's like something a superhero does.
Hey, I mean,
right?
when I look at Ray, I see superhero.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go.
You got me right now going to see our reviews.
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah. So give me some.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
read them.
Write a review here.
I don't know how many there were, but I think there were 6 when I briefly looked at it. Harry,
We're up to 7. We're 4.4.
Okay. That sounds like a good review.
That's
then.
good.
I can't see any of them, but I'm going to write one myself.
All right.
Just not as Ray.
Yep. Ray will give you cash if you write good reviews. Just send him the review.
No.
Okay.
I'll get a beer with you, though.
You and Salciunas.
Everyone that writes a review will come up with a day, and we'll all go get a beer.
A review beer.
A review beer. And then we'll all review the beers. Be reviewception.
Sounds like a great idea, right?
Every day.
Swing it and ding it. Yeah, I came in here. Look at me. I can't.
I like that. I like the shirt.
You like the shirt?
Now, is that a shacket? Like a shirt jacket thing? Because I want to get one of those.
No, but it's close.
Close.
It's not heavy enough to where it I couldn't wear a shirt underneath this. Like the style you see right now is you'll have a shirt underneath, like a button-down shirt underneath it. Then you have that shacket.
Okay.
That goes over top. That's not this.
Yeah, I want to get a shacket.
This is from one of these Chinese websites.
Oh, Temu?
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's cost $18.
How long did it take to get?
3 weeks.
Yeah, that's a problem.
And it smelled when it came, too.
Of what?
China. Whatever that is. It didn't smell like I got it from Banana Republic or Express.
Oh.
That's for sure. Or any of the other American websites. No, but I looked at the price.
Yeah.
I was on probably Instagram, and it's like, oh, I like that shirt. And I click on it, and it's like, oh, it's one of these Chinese websites.
Yeah.
Like, all right, but it's $18.
But then you take it to the dry cleaner, and it disintegrates.
Well, that's part of the problem is the quality.
Yes.
Yeah. So far, so good. I washed it once. It's the first time
I
wearing
like it. I'm going to check to see if people are commenting on it because they love to talk about your fashion.
Well, Listen,
Yeah.
I didn't wear it. It's not a floral shirt. This is actually a nice, I think I look nice today.
My Yelp review of John Marks as a host would be 3 stars out of 5. That's not bad.
That's not, what do you mean it's not bad?
Not bad.
It's 60%. That's a D.
60% is passing.
But yet he's watching.
Is it?
Exactly.
3 out of 5 is not good. 4 out of 5, I would say okay. Because I know I'm not perfect. 3 out of 5 is I hate you, but I'm watching on YouTube, so you get a 3 out of 5.
Wow.
I don't know. Would I watch somebody that's a 3 out of 5, Ray? I'm not watching a 3 out of 5.
The Eagles were a 3 out of 5 last night. We watched that.
Oh, wow. We just compared you to the Eagles last night.
I mean, come on.
Defense was good last night.
Defense was good.
Yeah. Defense was good last night. All right, what do we got on the text line since we're reading all the comments here?
We got a headline from an unnamed texter here. Where's AJ?
Probably. So whatever the day is that they don't have work, it's a short week. Is it today?
I think it'd probably be today, right? Or do they go and watch the film today?
I don't think after last night.
No.
It may be optional. I don't know. But the day, it's been the day that he's sitting around and he's stewing. I don't know. Did anybody see anything last night after the game? Did he get interviewed or anything like that? I don't know.
I'm looking here.
We got some of his post-game sound if you want to take a listen.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not anything.
He's just giving nothing burgers?
He's laughing, you know.
Oh, yeah, so he's
talking up
happy.
the game. Yeah.
Okay, good. Good.
No, he's going to wait for, tomorrow. I have a strong feeling the 12 o'clock hour with Jason tomorrow is going to be the,
when we get something?
Yeah. Maybe he tweets a picture of himself. And
some type of a cryptic tweet, and then people tell me he's just trolling us.
1K_ always open.
It doesn't roll off your fingers. It doesn't. But a couple people have sent me this video of Nick Sirianni after the 4th down throw where he went to A.J. Brown. And if you read the lips, he's saying, what the bleep was that?
Sirianni?
Yep.
So, who's he looking at? Out at the field at the players?
Yep.
Oh, my.
So, 2 years ago in one of the games, Jalen Hurts unilaterally threw the ball to A.J. Brown, if you remember, on a similar situation. It was intercepted, though, at the time, right? I think it was intercepted. And it made no sense to do it. Does the play that was not called but executed last night in that 4th down situation, does that make any sense?
0 to me.
At all?
No.
Just going for it and throwing a slant pattern to Dallas Goedert makes sense more than that.
Yeah, but still I wouldn't have done that.
I wouldn't have done that.
No.
Just drawing them offside makes sense, and then you get to a 4th and 1. And then maybe you do a tush push.
Then you do tush push and end the game.
Because if you get called for a delay game, now you're back to the 40-yard line and you punt anyway.
Right.
That makes sense?
Or like an offsides or something.
Right.
Offside. On the tush push.
Right.
Yeah.
Offsides, it helps you. If you get a delay game, now you're back to the 40 and you're punting it.
Right. That would make sense. What they did not make any sense.
Is Jalen Hurts going out on his own? Making that last night?
Well,
that throw?
What was the game in the second half? Was it not the Rams game where they started really throwing the football, and I said they went rogue?
I think it was
the Rams. I think the Rams game. It was when they did nothing offensively after the first drive.
Right.
And remember, get this out. We'll play coming up if you can find it. After that game, Jalen Hurts, and I think he said it on the field to Pam Oliver. He said, I told the coaches we got to stop playing to lose and play to win. Stop playing to not lose and to play to win. Because if you remember, they were doing the same conservative BS, but the Rams were beating up on them. Mm-hmm. But they were doing the same thing. They were worried about turnovers and things like that. We'll play that for you coming up. And what about that 4th down decision? 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. Did he go rogue? I got to look more into this coming up. Don't go anywhere. Mark's Middays with Marks, 97.5, the Fanatic. All right, let's talk about Bet Parks. That is correct. So there's Pro Hoops tonight in Philly. 2-point favorite. The good guys against Boston. Bet more than the score. Bet player performances for points, assists, rebounds, and more. And live bet while you watch tonight on the Bet Parks app. What about the Birds? Next Sunday night at the Link against Detroit. They are 2-point home favorites. Plus, the Bet Parks online sportsbook and casino gives you another way to win. double the spread on one select pro football game every weekend. Last night, they actually went triple the spread on the Birds. It got up to plus 7.5. BetParks is the only app that I recommend to bet on sports and play all of your favorite casino games like blackjack, roulette, plus hot online slots like Divine Fortunes. And new users can get up to $1,000 casino bonus back, plus 250 free spins on the new slot game, Tree Wishes. Excuse me. A BetParks exclusive. You must be 21 and in PA, New Jersey, or Michigan. BetParks.com has the details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Finding a win. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. Wasn't pretty, but the Eagles won 10-7 over the Packers on Monday Night Football. Jalen Phillips showed out in his Birds debut as he and the Eagles defense limited Green Bay to 261 total yards, 4 yards per play. The Eagles offense, however, wasn't much better. Scored just one touchdown in the win. Head coach Nick Sirianni spoke post-game about improving despite the win.
You know, sometimes it's going to look really pretty. Sometimes it's not always going to look pretty in this league. You know, we found a way to win. We'll be very critical. I think sometimes it's like, hey, guys, we got to enjoy these wins. It's hard to come into this place against this team and win a game.
It'll be tough to win a game Sunday night if you play like that against the Detroit Lions. Birds 7-2 on the season, going against one of the NFC powers coming up this Sunday night. And coming up on the show at 12:55, we'll talk to Jeff Mosher about the Birds. We already spoke to Andrew DeCecco. You'll be able to catch both those conversations later on our Fanatic app. 76ers host the Celtics at 8 o'clock tonight. Listen to the game live right here on the Fanatic, and the Flyers back in action tomorrow. This update is brought to you by Electrical Workers Local 269 and the Electrical Training Alliance. International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 269, NECA, and the Electrical Training Alliance can offer a career with no college debt. To learn more, go to IBEW269.com. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
All right, we're back. Middays with Marks. 97.5 The Fanatic. Harry Mays. Ray Dunn. The whole crew is here. 4th and 6. 35-yard line. 33 seconds to go in the game. Eagles line up. And they end up throwing to A.J. Brown. Passes incomplete. Packers get the ball with actually a chance they need to get 25 yards or so to get in field goal range. We were just watching. I DVR the game, so I was just watching on my phone.
Right.
And when they're lining up, Aikman goes, I can't believe they're going for this here. Yeah. And then they make the play, and it's like, I can't believe that they just did that. Sirianni's reaction after it goes incomplete, it looks like he's saying, like, he kind of like looks up and he's saying, like, why or what?
Yeah.
It
looked like he was probably looking up at the replay board as he's walking down up the sideline, and he's obviously talking to somebody on the headset, and it looked like he said, like you said, like, what?
Yep, like, what? Yeah. Like, why? Maybe it could have been that it didn't work out, and or it was that the quarterback went on his own and decided he saw A.J. Brown single coverage and do what he did against the Vikings, which was throw it up on one-on-one coverage to A.J. Brown, or what they did a couple years ago to Seattle where he just changed the play. Because the only thing that makes sense in that moment, to me, the only thing that makes sense on that play is to try to draw him off sides.
Right, and then you get to 4th and 1 and do the tush push, and the game's over.
You do the tush push.
Yeah.
Going for a field goal there makes no sense because then you get it where it's spotted. That makes no sense.
No,
the wind and the weather and things like that.
52 yards in that cold with the wind. No, not a.
To go up 6 and they still can score a touchdown and win.
Yeah.
The only thing that makes sense there is to draw them off sides, and if it doesn't work, punt. That's it. The only thing that makes sense. Going for that play right there, not only does it make sense, I still can't believe that somebody thought that was a good idea. It doesn't make sense that the head coach would call that. That's going outside of what Nick Sirianni would do, isn't it? On that play?
Even for him.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Even for him.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying Jalen Hurts tried to called a different play at the line and threw it to A.J. Brown.
He looked over to the left and he saw one-on-one coverage.
Correct.
He said, you know what? They're always yelling at me for not targeting A.J. Brown. I'm going to target him.
I'm going to show you fools. Yeah. Right?
I'm going to throw a touchdown to finish this game.
I got to pull up the Vikings game real fast because I'm telling you, it was a similar situation and it worked against the Vikings where they threw it late and it iced the game. Remember Jalen in that game made a couple of where he was doing fake communications at the line, and Isaiah Rodgers bit, and AJ was there able to go over it. Let me see. Was that the play where he just kind of threw it up, where everybody was expecting a?
Yeah, well, in that game, I mean, you're going up against Carson Wentz, who was like, seeing ghosts,
right,
and not having a good game. I mean, they survived that game because Carson was so bad.
Right. It was 3rd and 9 where he went to AJ for 45 yards. So it was a third down. It was 3rd and 9.
Okay.
And what you would normally do there is that you want to run so you can take a timeout. And they didn't even throw a safe pass. That was 3rd and 9. And they threw a 45-yard pass to AJ. It was the same thing. It was on the left. It was on the left-hand side. It was on the left sideline.
And is this in the last possession?
That's in the last play. They ended up ending the game on downs where Jalen just kneeled with enough time to where the clock ran out. AJ caught it and he slid, if you remember. He caught it and he slid down. It was a smart move.
45 yards.
45 yards.
Yeah.
It was 3rd and 9.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that's the play that he audibled and he sucked Isaiah Rodgers in because they were doing a zero blitz. And then he just tossed it up. A lot different than a fourth down with that much time left and no timeouts for the other team.
In a 3-point game.
Correct.
Yeah. They had the lead by 6 in this game.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct. It doesn't make much sense for them to do what they did right there. To call that play right there.
No, they got away with it, but it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, they did get away with it.
Yep.
For sure. Fortunate to win the game. Nevertheless, a good game for the defense, and it gives you a lot of reason to feel good going forward, but a lot was missing from the offense last night.
It was. I mean, it's got to get fixed this week, or they lose the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or they lose the game.
Yeah. And is that the worst thing in the world? No, but
So if I'm not being a hypocrite, I had said I'm okay. Not that I'm okay, but 3-2 through these next 5 games would be. It still puts you on pace for 12 wins, for the most part.
yeah, you still control all the tiebreakers right now,
Right.
even over Seattle, who won again.
Seattle won again big. You're at the Cowboys. Lions at the Cowboys, home against the Bears, Amazon, and then at the Chargers. That's a Monday night game. That's a rough last game to have of this stretch.
Yeah, and that's another game. If YouTube and ESPN are still at odds, I might have to go to Ray's house then to watch that.
No, you're going to have to get FUBU back.
To the bar. No, they won't let me do that five day thing.
Sign up with your wife's account or something.
Yeah, right.
That's what you're going to have to do.
Right.
We're going to the bar together because I'm not going to have it either.
Yeah. Yeah, well, what did you do last night?
I went to the bar.
Yeah? What bar?
South House. South Philly.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
12th
South
Shunk.
Philly.
Yeah.
All right. Did you walk home?
No. I mean, I pregame, so I drove.
Yeah,
so
you did the
I couldn't
pregame.
get crazy. Yeah, no, it wasn't like, oh, I went to the bar last night, man. No, I was out of there as soon as that game ended.
Okay. Well, he did TVs this morning, you know.
Oh, 17?
Right? Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, big TV star.
Well, what was the prediction on the pregame show for the game?
I had 27-17, them winning. So I had points.
Okay.
That didn't happen.
Yeah.
No. Connor also went with the impact player first on offense. He went Saquon, so I was left in a tough bind for that one.
Saquon had a good game last night. Even though the yardage numbers weren't necessarily there, he had a bunch of things called back. He had a great reception spin move.
41 yards. Yeah, that was sweet. I think it was Valentine that he spun, the cornerback. 24?
Yeah, he made him look silly.
Yeah,
he did.
great.
So here's Jalen Hurts after the Rams game talking about not playing to lose. They should be playing to win. Here he is.
We're in that first half. We got to get out of this playing not to lose. We got to come out aggressive and play our game. You saw our game in the second half.
Yep. They played not to lose last night. Right?
Ultra conservative. Well, yeah, DeCecco said the same thing.
Yep. It worked. 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. So is he able to watch the film, Mosher? Mosher normally views the film, breaks it down, and gives it to us. He's going to join us coming up at 12:55 with what he saw. Defense looked great. Offense didn't look great. Mosher's coming up. Your phone call's coming up right after this. It is Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic. All right, let's talk about Dr. Ken Morgenstern. That's right, Morgenstern Hair Restoration. Listen, I've been dealing with the hair team over at Morgenstern Hair for better part of a decade, 12, 13 years now. So if you're having thinning and balding issues, you're a guy, you're saying, hey, like I've tried a lot of things over the counter. I've tried the creams and the sprays and the foams. Maybe even you're taking medication that has side effects, by the way. And are you getting the results that you want, right? I can tell you you're going to get results with Morgenstern Hair. How do I know this? Because I had a hair restoration procedure with Morgenstern Hair. And look at the results. If you're looking on YouTube right now, look at the results. Go to my Instagram page, John Marks Media, JONMARKS Media. I actually documented the procedure so you can see exactly when it happened. I take pictures and videos from the day while it was happening, while the procedure was happening, the day after, the week after, 2 weeks after. You can see the process of what you go through. And at the end of that, you know what you get? You get your hair back. This is your real growing hair. This isn't some fugazi thing where they're sewing hair into your head. Nope. This is your real hair. So instead of trying all the things that you're seeing on the Facebook ads or the Instagram ads, how about try something that actually works? Morgenstern Hair Restoration Team, they've been doing hair for over 30 years. It's the same crew that did my hair transplant. I'm still over there on a regular basis, checking in for maintenance. I want to make sure my hair looks great. So many people, and I'm not exaggerating this, in my personal life, whether professionals in the business, relatives, other people that I know that have asked and has went to Morgenstern Hair and got it done themselves. And I'm telling you, every time the results are not many things in life where you look at the results, you're like, wow, this has exceeded my expectations. This exceeded my expectations for sure. Morgenstern Hair Restoration. Morgensternhair.com, or if you want to save $300 off your hair transplant, if you call 610-980-4000, 610-980-4000, tell Lisa, ask for Lisa, tell them I heard John Marks talking about you. $300 off. 610-980-4000, morgensternhair.com.
Start your morning.
did say physical a lot last night.
Physical.
Your body talk. Let me hear your body. Was this a favorite of yours?
Is that Olivia Newton-John?
Correct.
Yeah, I remember this video.
Me too.
Yeah. Where they got all the aerobics. Yeah.
Yeah, she's wearing the
Yeah.
80 aerobics.
She was all sweaty.
Oh, short blonde hair.
Yes.
All right, we're back. That's Harry Mays, John Marks, Middays with Marks, Ray Dunn. Harry was watching FUBU TV last night. He was able to watch the game.
I was. Yeah. Oh, my. I thought it was going to be on ESPN Plus because when I pulled up, the app on my TV, it had Monday Night Football on there. I'm like, oh, maybe I can do it. No.
Great tease. Really great tease.
Total tease.
So why is it up there?
I don't know. I guess if you don't have YouTube as a provider, you can watch it. You can stream it.
I can't. Well, no, so you can sign in.
Yes.
You can sign in with. So like
if you have ESPN Plus.
We love Comcast
do.
here, of course. We're a big Comcast show.
Correct.
Comcast Business Studio. Love Comcast. I have Comcast.
Right. I have Comcast Business Internet.
When you log in, when you go to the ESPN Plus and you want to watch live, not to race thing. Like for ESPN Plus programming, you don't need to log in with your cable provider.
Right.
But for ESPN Plus, it wants you to log. So I have to log in with my Comcast credentials, my Xfinity credentials.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's how you're able to watch it. You're just watching through your app.
Right.
Which is actually, that's actually good because normally to watch live, you need to be attached to your home Wi-Fi. So I can't go. Let's say I want to watch Red Zone. I can't be at the softball game watching Red Zone or watching regular TV on my app. I guess with the ESPN app, you can if you sign in with your cable provider. All right, there you go. Yeah, and you have YouTube.
Correct.
So you can't.
I assume they put that icon there so you click it, and then you're like, screw it. I'll just sign up for the new ESPN, whatever they got.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I think that I'm sure at some point I'm going to start peddling that app. I'm sure that promo is going to be handed to me at some point.
That's coming.
The all for one. Whatever it is.
At what point, how much longer are you giving this? Because as I said before, it doesn't seem like either side in particular is particularly looking to cut a deal with these.
No, I'm probably going to have to break down and do the Hulu Live TV package thing before the Eagles play on Monday night again, which is against the Chargers, I believe.
Couple weeks.
Yeah. I can't miss that game.
I need this all wrapped up before my parents get back from vacation.
Why?
Because if I have to deal with
You'll have to deal with it.
I have to deal with with YouTube TV. It's so great, huh? Now we can't watch
Oh, because you
ESPN.
recommended the switch, right? Yeah.
You made the switch?
Yeah. I made the switch. Dr. Mike the
Dr.
switch.
Mike the
Very, very
switch.
poor suggestion. Dr. Mike the switch 0-2 right now.
That is awesome. Let's go to Herb in Northeast Philly. Herb, how are you, buddy?
What's up, brother?
What's up,
a
Herb?
win's a win, Johnny Marks. You win them by a point, or you win them by 3, or you win them by 20. It
Enjoy the
doesn't
win.
matter.
But
you know what I'm saying?
but not all wins
I
are
know.
created equal, Herb.
Yeah, I hear you, brother. Look, we're lucky it didn't snow. We're lucky it didn't rain there. You know what I mean? This Sunday coming up, they're talking about possible rain. I don't know, during the day or late at night or what.
Yeah, Harry
So
was
just
giving
keep
me
an eye on your weather.
Harry was giving me his forecast earlier, and he said Sunday 60%
Harry,
chance of rain.
It's going to be in the 40s.
Harry, what's happening, brother? What's happening? I just woke up a couple hours ago.
Oh, yeah?
What were you doing?
When did you
Yeah,
get to bed last night?
Well, as soon as the game was over, I left Ben Salem. I was watching the game on Columbia Drive. My friend cooks me dinner with his wife. I go to all the games. I mean, because last night I don't have ESPN, because of the YouTube problem.
Right,
so, and YouTube told me YouTube is in the pot in negotiations again, as they sent me an email a day ago. And
They're trying to get it done.
They're trying to get it done, within the next 30 days or so. But they're giving me $20 off.
Yeah,
still.
Harry doesn't want the $20.
I don't want the $20.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I hear you.
$20 doesn't do me squat.
Well,
so
I want to.
No,
the ESPN, I told you, is $12.99. And then they have another package that's $29.99. But I'm waiting. I'm going to wait. I've been watching the TV app. I got
what about the illegal app? So Herb,
No, it's not illegal. It's not illegal.
Yes,
You're
it is.
saying
It's shady, Herb. It sounds shady.
Herb, you can't have some app where you can watch whatever you want.
For nothing.
Yeah, for nothing. That the guy at the
it.
Claridge gave to you.
Yeah,
Jerry
I'm watching
Johnson.
it. I don't know about you. I'm watching it.
I'm not saying that you shouldn't watch it. I want to point out that it's not legal. That's all that I'm saying.
Well,
Jerry
it
Johnson.
doesn't say anything on here that it's illegal.
What year were we down the Claridge with Jerry Johnson, Herb?
Hey, listen, I want to see more offense on this team, but, the defense is going to get better every week. I can understand that.
Defense
okay?
looked great
Now
last
we
night.
got this guy Phillips, and we got Brandon Graham, and we got some other guys, and the secondary starting to come together. And but I want to see more. I want to see more 46 power, 44 crack. I want to see guys hitting. If you see that one block that Mailata put, what's his name? Put him on the ground. You know what I'm saying?
I saw Mailata fall on his face and screw Saquon.
Got
Got like a
Saquon.
5-yard loss. But
I want to see some more double blocks, double hits, and a guy breaks it for like 50 or 60.
Herb, you look to me like an offensive guard. Did you play offensive guard in high school?
No, I didn't play offensive.
Did you play football?
I didn't play. I was supposed to play, but it turned out they wanted me to play. But I was always there at I was at every practice and all this and that.
But what happened?
They wanted me to play at George Washington, but it just never worked out because the thing is, I wasn't lifting any weights back then. Okay, we're going back to 1971.
But now you are lifting weights?
50 years ago. You know what I mean? If I would have known to get into they only had like a universal machine right behind the.
Right.
Oh, yeah. I remember the universal
Olivia
machines.
Newton-John was working out.
I remember the universal machines. Yeah.
Yeah, weight training isn't.
It's come a long way.
Back in the 80s, they told you not to, if you're a baseball player, don't work out. You'll ruin your swing.
Yeah.
And Jose Canseco, Mark McGuire did steroids and hit 60 home runs a year.
Right.
There we go. All right. There you go. Yes, they wanted Herb to play, but he couldn't.
Right.
That's what he said. They were always looking. Always looking. All right, coming up, Jeff Mosher. Black Gritty's on the line. We'll grab you Black Gritty as well. But Jeff Mosher coming up next, breaking down the film. What did he see last night? We'll find out from Jeff Mosher next. It's Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Time to win. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. It's brought to you by Family & Company Jewelers. Check off your whole list with one stop to Family & Company Jewelers, South Jersey's holiday diamond destination, Route 70 in Marlton, New Jersey, or online at familyjewelers.com. It wasn't pretty, but the Eagles won 10-7 over the Packers on Monday Night Football. Jalen Phillips showed out in his Birds debuts. He and the Eagles defense limited Green Bay to 261 total yards, just 4 yards per play. The Eagles offense, though, wasn't much better than Green Bay, scoring just 1 touchdown in the win. Head coach Nick Sirianni spoke post-game about improving despite the win.
Sometimes it's going to look really pretty. Sometimes it's not always going to look pretty in this league. We found a way to win. We'll be very critical. I think sometimes it's like, hey, guys, we got to enjoy these wins. It's hard to come into this place against this team and win a game.
Be hard to win a game if they play like that again next week against the Detroit Lions on Sunday Night Football in Philadelphia. Jeff Mosher joining us coming up next to break down the Birds. 76ers host the Celtics tonight at 8 o'clock. You can listen to that game right here on the Fanatic. Flyers back in action tomorrow. This update's also brought to you by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage is a whole department inside your Macy's store where you'll find everything you need for the holidays, all for under $35. Don't wait. Find a location at macy'sbackstage.com. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic.
Middays with Marks. As we go out to the Comcast Business Hotline and speak to Jeff Mosher, Inside the Birds, Philly voice, his reaction and analysis from last night's win over the Packers. What's up, Mosh?
What's up, Johnny? How's it going, man?
Hey, enjoying the win, enjoying the defensive performance, but also kind of scratching my head over the offense last night. What did you think?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I had a feeling people, whether it's media or fans or anybody, would just have trouble reconciling, this kind of a win, because that's kind of what we do. It's got to look better than it is. But I think like a year or two ago, John, I probably would have been in the same camp of, man, there was just so much meat left on the bone, or this just doesn't look good enough for a team that has Super Bowl aspirations. But for this team, this Eagles team, I do think it speaks to how good they are that they can have games like this and still win. They always seem to win this kind of game 9 times out of 10, and they did it last year. Now, I'm a big believer that just because you did it in the past doesn't mean you're going to do it in the future. But if you do look at their resume, I think they have the strongest strength of win in the NFL. So I think we just have to get accustomed to the fact that it might not look pretty all the time, but they do win.
Yeah, I mean, they got some big road wins in Kansas City, Tampa, and now Green Bay. Jeff, maybe it's my fault. I was really anticipating some new wrinkles coming off a bye week, with regard to this offense. And, were there any that I just missed? And you've had, you picked them up on the All-22. What did you see, as far as anything new from the offense?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting to see a ton of it. I mean, one thing that they did, it wasn't new, but they kind of brought it back, which I think was effective until it wasn't, was the spread formation quarterback draw on 3rd and long that would have been it was a conversion, and then
the fumble
Hurts got hit and fumbled.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of one of the things I think we've all said, hey, why don't the Eagles run with Jalen Hurts in design more? And that's good, because clearly the Packers thought that too and didn't see it coming. I mean, could you get a few more screens? I have a feeling that they had things that they would have liked to have ran, but in a game like this where plays and possessions are at a minimum because of so many false starts, because of some negative plays. I mean, they were just neither team, I think, showed you the best of what it can be offensively, and I do think you have to credit both defenses for that. I'm really through most of the defense on all 22, and just really impressive. Both defensive fronts played really well, and both back ends played pretty good too.
Yeah. So a lot of talk was how conservative the Eagles were and the coward draw plays that we saw, whether 3rd and long, at the end of the first half.
Yeah.
And I look at all of them on a kind of an individual basis. End of the first half, they tried to throw the ball twice. They were incomplete, and then you get to a spot where you're getting the ball coming out at the second half. You're not going to risk an interception or something like that, so they ran it, and then it was over. But, I mean, honestly, in a lot of those spots, based on how the offense was playing and based on how Jalen was playing, I didn't have a big issue with the draw plays. When Nick has run it this year, for the most part, I think almost every time, it's been in their own territory or it's been a 3rd and long, where Nick is saying, I trust my defense right now, and rather than make a mistake and Jalen gets sacked or he throws the ball up and it gets intercepted, I'm comfortable with punting and giving the ball to the defense. And I hate to admit it, it worked. It worked last night. The defense was able to hold on.
And that's what I meant about the difficulty of reconciling this kind of win. It's where I think a lot of things they did, we would all say, man, I hate to admit it, but ... right? And that's exactly that. I think the Eagles have, if you look at their history of 3rd and medium to 3rd and long runs, this actually goes back to Doug. Doug did a lot of this too. They've been pretty successful at it. When you have a good offensive line, good running back, and you can pop a 3rd and 8 run that when the team is in dime or some sub package or playing everybody backed up, then you have a good chance. I do think sometimes this year we've seen it, and it has felt more like submission than execution or guys, right? Where you're just like, I'll live to see another down. And in that case, I wouldn't mind every once in a while maybe like, hey, why don't you try throwing a screen there? Because that's a low percentage, risk play, and maybe you get a block and pop one. So there were times last night where I thought, man, that just seems like a submission type of play instead of really trying to at least make the defense guess or think or make them make a play, right? But again, it's worked for them in the past. It just didn't work yesterday. And this is kind of like the Jordan Love discussion I was having with Ray before I came on with you guys. Jordan Love's a good quarterback. If you're sitting here
he's not.
you're an Eagles fan and you're like, no, but listen, if you're like, he stinks, you're discrediting, I think, a really good Eagles performance, because that's the same guy that completed 20 of 20 passes in the second half against the Steelers. I'm not saying he's great. He's definitely inconsistent.
Yes.
But if you think yesterday was what you normally see of Jordan Love and he's just bad, then I think you're taking away what the Eagles did well defensively.
That's Jeff Mosher. You're listening to 97.5 The Fanatic, WPEN and WPEN HD1 Burlington, Philadelphia. Beasley Media Group station, broadcasting live from the Comcast Business Studio, powering possibilities. Ray's in there, like, celebrating.
Oh, yeah.
You're celebrating the fact that you're more interested in Jordan Love and his game last night than anything with the Eagles, Ray.
I'm enjoying the win, man.
You got no win. So the decision on 4th and 6, 35-yard line, 33 seconds left, even the decision to go for it, I think, is the wrong one. But certainly the play that they ran was the wrong one. Is it possible Jalen checked out of what they were supposed to do and went on his own, went rogue, and threw that ball?
I anything's possible. It didn't seem like that to me. It's not something I can glean watching the All 22.
So explain the play then.
Oh, just the play itself.
Well, why would you do it? Why would you do it?
One-on-one. All right, go back to, I think it was 4th down against the Commanders last year in the first quarter, where it was 4th and something, and they threw the ball up down the left sideline to A.J. Brown, right, NFC Championship game, and he caught it. And this is one of those things, just like we were talking about with the 3rd and long runs. Like, they've had success on 4th down quite a bit, throwing the ball deep, like a low percentage play, for whatever reason. That's like Jalen Hurts' wheelhouse, and he throws really good passes, and they've converted there. I can understand it in other situations when it's the first quarter of a game that hasn't had that identity yet. You're trying to strike. In that situation, I don't know. It's like your defense played so great all year, and you decided not to trust the defense in that moment. I would have been fine with a punt. And the funny thing is, Nick didn't even mention the idea of punting. He basically said why he didn't kick the field goal and why he wanted to go for it. And it was almost like punt was never an option.
Yeah. Crazy. What did you think?
I would have even taken a penalty, right? Back yourself up a little bit, and then just give yourself some more room to make sure you drop it inside the 20.
Green Bay could decline that, though, right?
Yep.
If it was delay a game,
theoretically, they could.
Yeah.
They could, but I mean, trying to draw them off sides there makes sense. It makes sense, and then you punt it.
Yeah.
What did you see on the film of Adoree Jackson's game? Because obviously he played a lot of snaps.
The weird thing is, and this is a couple of weeks or games in a row now, it feels like the opponents aren't going after him. I think Quinyon Mitchell had, 3 or 4 pass breakups, and you wonder to yourself, why would you throw on Quinyon Mitchell instead of Adoree Jackson? And then there was that deep over in the fourth quarter where they had Adoree. I mean, Romeo Doubs beat him over the middle by enough to make a catch, and then he just drops the ball. So I feel like Adoree Jackson sort of made a deal with the devil or something, because the last 3 games, Carson Wentz didn't target him, Jackson Dart didn't target him, and now Jordan Love didn't. But, I keep saying this, and it'll probably eventually prove true. I got to think that Jared Goff and, Dan Campbell, they'll look at the tape and say, why isn't anybody just throwing at that guy? Why do they keep throwing at the other guy who's probably an all-pro?
Yeah, Harry's been saying that all morning. Yeah,
good point.
May not be as fortunate next week with Adoree Jackson. Defense was great. We talked about that. Defensive line, in particular, Kobe Dean, he was unbelievable last night. But Jalen Phillips, Nolan Smith looked great coming back as well. BG got Ojimo had some.
Jalix Hunt
had a great game. But in particular, Phillips, 8 pressures, tackles for losses. Everything is advertised and more in his debut.
You know what? It was amazing. Just going through the All-22, I thought Phillips and Ojimo really stood out, both as run defenders making plays behind the line of scrimmage. Of course, the fumble that Phillips caused, but Ojimo was also very active in run defense. And then pass defense as well, pass rush. And I think I talked to you about this, Johnny, during the bye week. I wanted to see if the addition of a guy like Jalen Phillips had any kind of impact on how Vic Fangio calls a game. And for one game at least, it certainly had an impact. Fangio blitzed only 9.5% of the snaps. That's the second lowest among any defense in the NFL this week. So he basically felt like my front four can get home, and I can help out guys like Adoree Jackson with more coverage. And as I told you last week, Fangio's blitz percentage and his man coverage percentage were way up this year because he's had to blitz more to get more pressure. And then when you do that, you have to usually play more man. But now that he has a guy like Jalen Phillips and, of course, Brandon Graham in there and Nolan Smith back, he was able to only blitz less than 10% of the time. So, and by the way, they still generated pressure at a 40.5% clip, which was the 10th best in the league in the NFL. So there's your formula. 4-man rush. I get my pressure. I don't have to blitz. I get more coverage. That is literally what made the defense so good last year, to the point where in the Super Bowl, they didn't have to blitz one single time.
Yep.
Micah Parsons didn't make much of an impact, at least on the stat sheet. What did you see from his game and how the Eagles tried to block him?
Yeah, man, I thought he made an impact in the same way where as the Eagles only had a few sacks, but you could tell on a down-to-down, snap-to-snap basis that Jordan Love was under, constant harassment or having to get rid of the ball quickly. And I felt that Parsons was the same way. I mean, he was certainly present. They were obviously accounting for him wherever he lined up. He moved around. Mm-hmm. He forced Jalen Hurts off his spot a couple of times. So, I mean, yes, he was there and he made an impact in the game even without having a sack or an interception or a forced fumble.
Most good stuff, man. We will talk to you next week. How good is this? They've been a little bit inconsistent, but we know the firepower that Detroit has on offense.
Well, yeah, and I think Dan Campbell, obviously, he came out that he took over play calling, and the one big difference from week to week, 2 weeks ago, I think they played the Vikings, right? And they
lost.
Lose that game?
Yeah, they lost.
Jahmyr Gibbs wasn't used the way you expect. He was staying into block. He wasn't running as many routes. And right from the get-go against Washington, you saw Gibbs have a receiving touchdown and get really involved in the passing game. So that's something I think that Dan Campbell really wanted to get going there. Plus the old, they started the whole jumbo package thing with the extra offensive lineman that now the Eagles.
I love it.
And everybody else seems to be doing. Yeah,
I love it.
All right, Moshe, thanks, buddy. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, fellas. Have a good one.
Thanks, Jeff Mosher, Inside the Birds, Philly voice. Coming up, Nick Sirianni talks about winning the game but not playing their best. And also, back to your phone call. Some good callers on the line. 610-632-0975. Back after this.
Unfiltered with Ricky.
Obviously, we're here to win games, and obviously we're here and we're paid to win games, and that's our job, and we got to find ways to do that. You know, we scored 10 points. Obviously, that's not enough points tonight. It was, but it will be business as usual when we get back in there. We're happy with the result, but we don't get tied into it. We get tied into our standard.
That's Nick Sirianni. Either sounds like he's trying to speak without anybody hearing him outside the room.
Yeah, was he like in a library or something? It was a weird deal.
Yeah, they pool all their resources in Green Bay for that team. They had to have the post-game availability in the library. Not enough space at Lambeau.
Correct. Right. He must have shouted out his voice or something. Didn't have it left.
Wow. Well, you know what? It's you don't get caught up. What did he say? You don't get caught up in the result?
Tied up in the result.
Tied up in the result.
Okay.
There's always like some, between he and the quarterback, there's some really good quotes that come out. And speaking of next week, because we just had Mosher on, and you were asking about, Detroit. There is guaranteed to be a wacky, crazy fourth down decision between those two head coaches next week. I can't wait.
Right.
I can't wait.
Yeah, Campbell will. He defies logic sometimes in some of the stuff he does. Yeah. And before that throw last night, I'm trying to find. Earlier, I was talking about. I was watching the post game, and Devontae was on with Scott Van Pelt on the field.
Okay.
And I couldn't hear what Devontae was saying because they're yelling "Dallas sucks."
All the Eagle fans.
The Eagles fans are, everybody piles down to where the broadcast thing is. So you got, and with Philly sports trips and other people that travel up there, it's a lot of Eagles fans.
That's what we'd do if we were there.
I would be there too.
Yeah, of course.
And you can barely, and Devontae he's not loud like Sirianni or some other people. So there was portions of that where I'm literally standing up trying to hear what he's saying because all you hear is Dallas sucks and Eagles chants. But someone had texted me and said that Devontae may have answered a question about that final play on fourth down. He might have given some insight to the question. So I was trying to find it during the break because one clip that I found had nothing to do with it because he was talking about the haters.
Mm-hmm.
And
I heard that. I saw that one.
He was talking
if you're not having haters,
you're not doing something wrong.
They mentioned Cat Williams said that or something. That was kind of funny.
Yeah. I like Devontae, man.
Oh, so do I.
I do.
The more he talks, the more I like him.
Yep. I got a choice of a Devontae or an A.J. Brown jersey. I'm not a jersey guy, but I did have a choice. There were the two. I was hoping to get Devontae. Not that I don't like A.J. Brown. I do. I got the A.J. Brown jersey. I wanted the Devontae jersey.
Yeah.
I love
single
Devontae
digit
Smith.
too.
Man, there's just something there's something about him where it's like, you know what, like that guy right there. And AJ's a great player too, but you know what I mean. Something.
AJ's going to be wearing a different jersey next year.
Think?
Yeah. I do.
What's the percentage? 70?
Yeah.
75?
Yeah, I definitely. I think it's over.
I agree.
I do.
I
don't want it to be over. I want it to work out and be productive, but I just don't see it.
Can we have some AJ from after the game? Let me take a phone call. Get us some AJ. And by the way, 1 o'clock hour of the show brought to you by Morgenstern Hair Restorations. Great teams stick together. So does great hair. Morgenstern Hair Restoration Championship results. Visit morgensternhair.com or call 610-980-4000. Black Gritty from blackgritty.com. Check it in, Black Gritty.
Am I not allowed to be happy, Johnny Marks?
Black Gritty.
Am I not allowed to be happy?
No, you're allowed to be happy, sure.
Okay, because, we got the George W. I was hoping we won 3-0 halfway through the game. I just wanted it to be over.
Yeah, but hang on. You can be happy as I'm happy and also realize the Eagles' offense is on pace to have the most 3-and-outs by any team in a decade, right?
The other team, once Jalen fumbled that ball, which people are crazy, like, you're so careless with the ball. That was a good peanut
That was
punch.
a great play by the
defender. It was a great play.
Yeah.
If you want to complain about something about Jalen Hurts, he missed A.J. Brown wide open over the middle and then ran the ball. He should have hit that pass. That's what you complain about. But it's once he fumbled that ball, Nick and Kevin just turtled up, and they played super-duper conservative the whole game. And at the end of the game, I don't know if you saw the sideline, but Nick looked like he was saying, why? Why did he throw that ball? So Nick ran out that terrible answer. So either Jalen audible to it or whatever. A.J. Brown should have ran back into the defender, got a PI. They should have punted it. There's a whole bunch of things they could have done. But if they'd have lost that game, I'd be losing my mind. But I'm just happy with the win. I'm happy that the extra Jalen that we got looks better.
than Michael Parsons. What Michael Parsons do? Nothing. I got this good dude for a third-round pick, and he came in here and showed up and showed out. So the defense played well. I don't know what they were doing. They didn't even want Jordan Love to do anything. They came out and ran the ball the first 92 plays.
Yep.
They were scared. Dunn's in there talking about how Love sucks. They think Love sucks. They were scared to let him throw the ball until they had to. So, I mean, I'm just saying, at this point, I'm just trying to get the W because next week, you talk about fourth downs, there won't be one punt in this game. Both of these dudes are going to be trying to bite each other's kneecaps and out big balls, one or the other, and it's going to be a crazy game. I don't want to see one punt next week. It's going to be going for it on 4th and 90. These guys are crazy. They can't be trusted together. We are in for fireworks. We're going to score like 90 points next week. It's going to be, get your popcorn ready because these two dudes are going to go off on each other, and they won't be scared. Nick was just scared. You're in limbo, the frozen tundra, and all that stuff. They just wanted to get out there with the win. It's going to be okay. And Smitty, he's from down there in Alabama. He went to that Nick Saban school. He knows just like Jalen knows. It's all about the wins. He's a grown man. He's out here wearing these 1950 pimp suits. Like, that dude's got it going on. He says all the right things. And we got the George W., Johnny Marks. I'm happy. Go Birds! I'll talk to you later.
All right, BG. Thank you. No, you must have just woken up. We're happy. There's things to complain about. Yeah. There's things to complain about. The Eagles' offense is terrible. Sucked. What do you want me to say? They're conservative. Jalen Hurts was bad last night.
They'd rather hand the ball off to Shipley than try to get the ball to A.J. Brown on a third down. That is inexplicable.
I think more than anything, it's you had 2 weeks, sitting around for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Come up with a game plan. 2 weeks. Sirianni had the coaches over his house. They're having pizza and Chick-fil-A or whatever else they're eating right there. We've been eating a lot of Chick-fil-A recently. But and you come out with that?
Yep.
They come out sloppy, a lot of penalties.
Please tell me you have something else.
Yeah, and they didn't.
Right?
Yeah, they didn't. Let's go to Chris. Chris is Springfield. Chris, go ahead. What's up?
Hey, John, Harry, what's going on, fellas?
What's up, Chris?
Hey, Chris.
Not much. Before I make my sports point, just wanted to say great to hear you two on the radio again. I graduated from Temple back in 2015. Got my first corporate job right after that. So in the mornings was listening to Marks, and then in the afternoons it was Harry and Rob. So, 10 years later to hear you guys again, it's pretty cool. It makes me think of me as a younger corporate man. So great to hear you guys again.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it, man.
Beautiful.
So back to the game last night. Defensive masterclass from Vic Fangio, which is to be expected at this point. Jalen Phillips looks like an absolute dog, and I can't believe he's on the team. So hopefully he keeps that going as we move forward. But that offense is tough, and, I've gone back and forth. Patullo, I don't like him, but Sirianni deserves some blame, too. I mean, he's the head coach. He's a Super Bowl winning coach. When it's, the first drive goes really well, Hurts fumbles, that's uncharacteristic. Great play by the defender. Can't really get too mad at it. But then you come back in 3rd and 14, you have A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert. Saquon can catch the ball. But no, you give it to your third-string running back playing scared, and then the next drive, 3rd and 2, what's our bread and butter? The tush push, right? But at least give it to Saquon. Try to get him to get 1 yard, then make it 4th and 1.
Yep.
Tush push, keep the drives going. But they throw to the 4th or 5th best option, Jahan Dotson, on a rub route, and it's incomplete, and then we punt. Yep. I don't understand it. We have elite talent across the offensive board, and we're just playing scared, and I don't get it, and it's not a recipe for success.
Yeah, you know what, Chris? Like, does Jalen Hurts feed off of the confidence? You going out there playing like that conservatively, does he then even turtle up even more?
It seems so.
Right?
Yeah.
That was back to being low confidence Jalen Hurts last night. You saw it with every throw that he made. He's not stepping up. And Aikman had mentioned it a couple times where it's like, well, he couldn't really throw into that. He couldn't really follow through into that throw. Oh, bull crap.
Yeah.
He couldn't. Opportunity, drive the freaking ball down the field. Even the Devontae Smith touchdown, that was an underthrow.
That was underthrown. A great play by the receiver.
Great play by him.
Yep.
Coming up, we have the Devontae Smith audio. Did you find it? It was about the question about running or throwing it instead of running.
Oh, we got it?
Oh,
Robin grabbed it.
Okay, Sean Robin, thank you. All right, we'll play it. We'll see if we can see. And shout out to the Cuz for tipping me off to the audio where it is out there.
Oh, yeah?
There you go. Gotta get it. All right, Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Finding a win. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. It's brought to you by Groundworks, your trained and certified experts for basement waterproofing and foundation repair since 1997. Book your free inspection at groundworks.com. It wasn't pretty, but the Eagles won 10-7 over the Packers on Monday Night Football. Jalen Phillips showed out in his Birds debut as he and the Eagles defense limited Green Bay at 261 total yards, 4 yards per play. The Eagles offense, though, wasn't much better, scoring just one touchdown in the win. Head coach Nick Sirianni spoke postgame about improving despite the win.
You know, sometimes it's going to look really pretty. Sometimes it's not always going to look pretty in this league. You know, we found a way to win. We'll be very critical. I think sometimes it's like, hey, guys, we got to enjoy these wins. It's hard to come into this place against this team and win a game.
It's going to be hard to win next week against the Detroit Lions on Sunday Night Football if they play that way. Lions and Eagles coming up on Sunday as the Birds now 7-2 at the top of the NFC. We had both Andrew DeCecco and Jeff Mosher on during the show today. Break down the Birds. Catch those conversations one more time on the Fanatic app. 76ers host the Celtics at 8 o'clock tonight. The game is live right here on the Fanatic, and the Flyers back in action tomorrow. This update is brought to you by the New Jersey Department of Transportation. What if the last thing a motorcyclist sees is you? Driving while distracted. Stay focused on driving safely. Visit drivesafelynj.com. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Trusting those guys, man. Whatever 1 and 11 want to do, if that's what they call, that's what they want to do. We rolling with it.
Devontae Smith on ESPN after the game with Scott Van Pelt. You could hear the Dallas sucks chants in the background.
Yes, appreciate that.
And that was short. Can we hear it again, just so we set it up? So this is Devontae Smith. He was asked about that fourth down, and here's Devontae.
No, not really, man. You know, we got all the trust in those guys, man. Whatever 1 and 11 want to do, if that's what they call, that's what they want to do. We rolling with it.
What was the question? Because I mean, maybe Sean can even just type it up. What was the question? Because he's answering a question. No, not really, man. Whatever 1 and 11 want to do.
You guys surprised you went for it there on fourth? Seems like the way that I would lead into that.
Right.
Yeah.
Or the play that was called.
Yeah.
What exactly was that on fourth
right.
down?
No, not really. Whatever 1 and 11 want to do.
Right.
Not Nick Sirianni or the play was called or anything like that. Whatever 1 and 11 want to do.
And 1 and 11 don't seem to want to do much together.
Which is interesting that they come together at that moment.
Yeah.
Although they did it on the Isaiah Rodgers, where he
just threw it up there.
Well, and he bit on the fake slant, double move, boom, and he threw it up. That's essentially what he did. He just threw it up. It's 1-on-1. Why he's not doing that other parts of the game, I don't know. But he did it right there.
And on that touchdown to Devontae, Jalen had the little shoulder.
He did.
fake,
He
right?
did.
Nice little shoulder roll.
And
then underthrows the ball.
And then underthrows it. Yeah. Well, he couldn't step up in the pocket enough because he wasn't, because there's actually players there in front of him. I always, like, when Jalen gets into the game and he feels comfortable, again, confident Jalen, he looks great. The fact that they couldn't get anything going, they can't run pace. So even if you want them to run pace, you can't do it if it's a 3 and out.
Right.
When you're in 3 and out, 5 and out, 4 and out, 3 and out.
You can't go tempo.
You can't do it.
Yep.
So they just couldn't get anything going last night. And I mean, I don't. Were they trying to run the ball? Was that their idea what they were going to do? Because they came out with Saquon.
They did.
They were trying. They had some pretty good success too.
He had a 15-yarder, and then the 21-yarder got called back.
Yep.
They had a lot of they didn't have a lot of penalties, but the penalties they have significantly affect the drives.
Bad timing when they have them.
They really do.
There was a Toth that had the holding call on the 21-yard.
Yep.
Mylotta had a couple of. You go from 2nd and short to now it's 2nd and 10 because you have a false start.
Yep, and then a delay a game.
Oh, that delay sucked.
Turned 3rd and 7 into 3rd and 12, and then they had the give-up play, which there 3rd and 12 where they were. Why wouldn't you try to get something in the end zone?
The whole point of having Jalen Hurts is he's mobile and he's able to extend plays.
Right.
And by extended plays, it's more difficult for the defense to cover guys for 5, 6, 7
guys
seconds.
Guys can get grabbed.
Yeah, but it's third and 12. Can we hear A.J. Brown, Ray? A.J. Brown talking about the blocking. Was this about him blocking on that Saquon run?
Yeah.
All right, here's A.J.
I don't know if it goes unnoticed, but that's a part of like my job. So I got to block. I think I don't. That's not really like something I should be highlighted for. I think that's something Saquon should be because he made the guy miss and he went down the sideline. So
Jalen with the big throw late for the touchdown. What's it say about him that he can pretty consistently make those big plays late when you guys?
Yeah, he read the defense right at the right time, and he pulled the trigger at the right time, and Smitty made the play. So.
How do you balance being happy that you beat a really good Packers team on the road with the frustration of leaving some meat on the bone as an offense?
I don't want to say it's about being happy or frustrated or anything. I think it's me just coming to work with the mindset of just getting better, and that's what we have to do.
All right, AJ?
Sounds good.
Sounds great.
It doesn't go unnoticed by me that he's out there blocking.
Nope.
No, that was great. I mean, the guy that Saquon spun was covering AJ and came off him when they threw it to Saquon. You'd think maybe
there's
AJ's
my guy.
out of, that's my guy. No, he went and looked for the next green jersey to block. So that was good to see.
The question was, were you surprised that you snapped it there?
Oh, on the 4th down.
I don't think they were supposed to run a play. So let me be Scott Van Pelt, and then you fire the answer, okay? Well, we're live down on the field here. The Eagles beat the Patriots. Eagles beat the Packers. Devontae, were you surprised that you snapped it there on 4th down?
No, not really, man. You know, we got all the trust in those guys, man. Whatever 1 and 11 want to do, if that's what they call, that's what they want to do. We rolling with it.
He's essentially saying they went rogue.
He just said that
He just
whatever,
said it.
whatever
They
1
did.
and 11 want to do, we trust them.
There you go.
All right. So Nick Sirianni really isn't a boob.
I got trust in my guys.
I'm the dumbest coach in the world.
What's the right knee soreness?
Embiid out tonight.
No.
Oh, he's not playing?
Yes.
Oh, Embiid out tonight.
Addition to the injury report for tonight, Embiid, due to right knee soreness, will be
Okay.
out. This, according to Adam Aronson.
Well, then I'll actually enjoy watching the game maybe a little more.
When did he play last?
Saturday.
So it was the Pistons?
They had a back-to-back.
So it was the
he didn't play
Raptors.
Pistons.
He did
Yeah,
the Toronto
he
side.
played
of it.
Raptors.
Yeah, 29 points, 25 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
All right. So and it's Tuesday, and he's not playing because of his knee. We shouldn't be surprised.
Nope.
We shouldn't be surprised. He looks like that he has bad knees out there because he does. This isn't. I don't even want to criticize him. The dude's got chronic bad knees. He's 7'2". He looks like he's 71 years old, not 41 or 31. All right. Yeah. You know what, Harry? I agree with you.
Yeah.
I'm fine with watching the game.
I'm
tonight.
fine with it.
And you know what? Maybe they lose, but maybe they look different. Maybe without the idea of Embiid even coming in, you see more of a freestyle play. Because Edgecombe has anybody that was expecting Edgecombe to be the player we saw in the opening game, and he really set himself up for disaster because he comes out like that the first game.
He really did.
But follow up from Sixers Adam on this one. Embiid is being evaluated by team doctors, and further updates will be provided as appropriate.
Yeah, this is going to be what you're doing for the rest of his career.
And what's the date today? November
11th.
Okay.
Happy birthday, Mike Missinelli.
Yeah. Oh, yeah?
November 11th. 11/11. We used to have one caller that would call it and be like, Mikey Miss, 11/11. I think they both had the same birthday.
Is that right?
Yep, 11/11.
Oh, well, happy birthday to Mike.
To the Mike man.
Happy birthday, Mike.
All right, Embiid out tonight, right knee soreness. You can catch the game on 97.5 The Fanatic. This is going to be something that Joel Embiid with the 76ers or whatever team he plays for, you're going to be dealing with through the rest of his career.
Yep, it starts tonight.
It's not playing back-to-back. It's not about that. It's about he's not going to be – this is it. This is it. This is what you're going to have to deal with. All right,
Until he retires.
Until he retires.
Can he retire?
Yeah, if you pay him, he might. He's not going to retire and forego the $300 million.
Get a settlement or something.
Like Brian Kelly.
Yeah, Brian Kelly. He's suing him for $54
He's going to
million.
sue for every cent that they owe him. And I'd do the same thing. God, what a disaster that is down at LSU. All right, coming up. Lot to talk about with feedback. And then we need a pick from Harry Mays to Temple Owls tonight.
Oh, no.
5.5-point favorites. Ray
6.5 now.
Whoa.
About that.
It's 6.5 last I looked.
Ray's not giving you any information on the game, is he?
No.
No, he has no information.
No.
Don't make that joke.
No.
You can pay my rent.
No, I'm sorry. I probably shouldn't.
No. We probably shouldn't include Ray in any gambling talk when it comes to Temple sports.
Hey, Ray, who's going to score the first
7.5.
basket? No!
Yes.
That's went up 2 points.
7.5.
Oh, that's screaming.
Minus
Temple line.
340 on the money line.
Oh, wow.
That's a shoebox bet. Happy birthday to Mike with your shoebox bet.
Outright.
Yes.
All right, we're back with feedback and a lot more. Middays and Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Philadelphia is a sports city full.
It's just a great laugh. Middays with Marks and Mays and Ray Dunn. All right, for feedback. Ray Dunn on the call. If you have ESPN Plus, because I will be watching the Embiid-less 76ers tonight against the Celtics down at the Wells Fargo Center. All your action right here on 97.5 The Fanatic. It's an 8 p.m. start. Also on NBC 10. But, turn what are you supposed to do? Turn the volume down and turn your radio up?
Yep.
Someone once said that.
Listening to Tom.
Yep.
Yep.
So that's tonight. But what time's the Temple game?
7 o'clock.
Oh, I'm going to be glued.
7 o'clock.
Ray Dunn and Jason Ivey on the call tonight.
No. Mark Jackson.
No!
Yeah, Mark Jackson.
I love Mark Jackson.
So do I.
Big fan.
In fact, I've been on the record many times as saying that the Sixers broadcast would be more palatable with Mark Jackson as opposed to Allah.
Agreed.
Yeah. So Mark Jackson, Ray Dunn on the call. 7.5-point favorites, Harry Mays.
Yeah, it went from 5.5 last night to 7.5 today. So somebody likes the Owls. But I've been told by a broadcaster that this LaSalle team is a good rebounding squad.
I heard the same thing.
That could be a problem.
Scared me off of betting them.
Yeah?
I was going to do a Philly bet.
Oh, yeah?
My parlay was going to be Sixers and Temple.
Okay.
But
you're
I decided not to do it.
All right. Well,
I was scared off by both teams.
I think LeBron frames. I'm expecting to hear that quite a bit on the broadcast tonight.
How are you going to work it in? Are you waiting for a big dunk and then you can say LeBron frames?
Or a three?
It's probably going to be a dunk. Just because when you think LeBron, you think dunk, you think athleticism.
It's got to be. It's got to be bring the house down dunk.
Right.
Okay.
She did.
All right.
She did. Yeah.
I'll be
a couple of times.
We will be listening.
I'll take the Owls.
You like the Owls?
Yeah, I'll lay the 7.5.
No surprise.
No. They got some guard that transferred in from Niagara. Does LaSalle? He's pretty good.
Is he good?
Yeah.
He's an NIL.
I guess somebody got him some money.
Some donor. All right. Let's get to feedback.
Now it's time for feedback.
How about filling us in?
I can't lie. Email us at 975feedback@975thefanatic.com.
Say it! Let me tell you something!
Or text us at 610-632-0975.
Let me tell you something else, man.
It's feedback on Middays with Marks.
What you got?
My headline from last night, hurts to watch. Mad Mike wannabe.
Oh, hurts to watch.
Wow.
Good one. Good one. All right.
So it was more about the offense for him.
Play on words. Initially at 10 o'clock, I was so aggravated with how bad the offense looked like last night. It was easier to come out firing on that than...
And the crazy decision at the end of the game, which now might be a rogue decision.
A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, based on Devontae Smith's own words. All right, what's next?
Even our vanilla ice cream has more flavor than the Eagles' offense. Breyer's Ice Cream Company.
Yeah.
Hey, Breyer's is terrific.
Vanilla bean?
Yes.
So my daughter is getting her tonsils out Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be Ray and Amy Fadul.
Okay.
So I already went to the grocery store to get a lot of the supplies and multiple tubs of ice cream.
Okay.
And popsicles and things like that.
And you're going to imbibe too, I hope.
I hope not. I've been very poor with my diet.
I still have my tonsils.
I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. She will not, which will be. You know why? She's a snorer.
Oh, okay.
She had moderate sleep apnea. They recommended getting around. Plus, she got strep throat all the time because that's what happens with kids.
Okay.
But
well, that's no good.
Yeah, it's good. I can't wait. Can't wait to have a 4-year-old with their tonsils out, miserable for 2 weeks. All right, what's next?
Haven't seen a D get active like that on Monday night since my buddy raided my Blue Chew supply. Props to the birds, Mike DeBoner.
Well, Mike, it's been a while. Yeah. Who's the new texter that we have? Big Lou, who's on number 2. You know Big Lou?
He's on meds
He's
too.
on meds too.
That guy?
Yeah, Big Lou's now been a texter to the show or a feedbacker. Thanks, Mike DeBoner. All right, what's next?
It's time for Ray to spit out the love Kool-Aid and admit that he is ass. Zach from Havertown.
I agree. I might have sent that text.
Was that Harry from Montgomery County? But see, like, right here's the thing. You and it's really less about the player and it's more about him. He wants his take to be correct. He was the one that said from when he drafted, Jordan Love's going to be great. Jordan Love this, Jordan Love that. Screw Jordan Love. Who cares? He's a good quarterback that's inconsistent, and he's a playoff quarterback. He's not going to win squat until he improves being inconsistent. Period.
Yeah, and I'll stay on that wagon until either he becomes consistent or it falls off to the point where there's no reason for me to be there anymore.
And if they miss the playoffs this year, which they very well could, both the general manager and the coach will be zipped. And that's it for Jordan Love.
Thank goodness. We'll get a real coach in there to coach Jordan Love.
You think the coach gets zipped?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Because the general manager will want to pick his own guy, the new guy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. The Packers are such a weird case because they don't have an owner.
Yeah.
You know? I think, I mean, for the most part, I like LaFleur. He'd get a job really quick.
Why? Because he's a young guy?
Because he has a perfect beard. He goes to the...
Puts the gel in the hair.
Correct.
Yeah.
Attractive. Like, that's when I'm like, that's the guy I want to be.
Right.
Good physique,
I want to be
tall.
Sean McVay.
No, I want to be taller. Yeah. McVay's too short. I want some height. I don't want to be short. No, but I would settle for McVay.
Yeah.
How about Sirianni?
No.
Ray, if you're going to be any coach, who would it be? Rex Ryan?
Yeah.
Yes. McVay's a solid choice. I think I'd be McVay.
You guys are redheads, both redheads?
Yeah.
I
don't want to aspire to be too much different than me. Actually, I might be giving up height there. I think I'm taller than McVay.
Why not Sirianni?
I mean, come on,
I'm the dumbest coach in the world.
let's relax here.
But he's got a good physique.
Who? Sirianni?
Yeah, I mean, he can get a little. If he's not watching, he can get a little.
I prefer I'm more like Gruden's physique.
I want to be Dan Campbell. Actually,
Gruden looks horrible, by the way. Gruden looks like a sack of potatoes. He
does.
Let me be Dan Campbell. Let me be a bully for
I would
once.
go Dan Campbell.
Yeah,
I'd go Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
What about McDaniel? Mike McDaniel wearing his capris.
For one day, I want to get inside the mind. Like, I just want to see what's going on up there. Yeah.
He's interesting.
He's an interesting guy.
Kyle Shanahan, not Vrabel.
Why not Vrabel? I want to dive into practice. Vrabel's
like Dan Campbell.
Yeah, he's insane.
Former player.
Yes.
Tough guy.
Yeah, pencil in the ear.
Yeah.
Probably broken fingers and baldy fingers. Yeah. Like the baldy finger. All right, what's next?
End of the game was like Chauncey Billups was the Eagles' offensive coordinator. WP on the YouTube chat.
Well, or Jalen Hurts decided he was going to decide what play they were calling. I just can't imagine that they went from. I could see Jalen saying, I'm going to change the play because I want to throw it to AJ Brown. But if they went up there to try to draw the defense offside and they ran a play, that doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. But it also doesn't make sense that they did the play that they ran after running the ball basically into the line 3 straight times.
Nope. Doesn't. It doesn't. All right, what's next?
John asked who then. Literally anyone. We see what we are getting with Patullo is awful. 15 days off, so that was his best. Bring in DeBoll. Do something different. Anything is better than what they've been doing. Sean from Cinnamonson.
Well, Sean, I've seen this a lot on social media with a lot of F words included in it. Let me just be very clear. The Eagles aren't hiring Brian Daboll to come in and be their offensive coordinator right now.
No.
Period. They're not. So stop. You sound stupid when you say that. You just do. You sound stupid. I'm not telling you Kevin Patullo is good. But when you ask the question of who you're bringing in right now, who are you bringing in right now to call plays? Someone on the staff? Who's calling plays?
It would have to be the head coach.
The head coach. I mean, who's their quarterback coach? I don't know. Fine. I don't even know who it is.
Leffler?
Yeah. They're like, this is what you're going to have to do if you're mad at Patullo because of the coward draw play. That's not Patullo. It's Nick Sirianni. Trust me. All right. Any more?
One more.
Do I need to show up next week? A J from NovaCare.
Huh?
AI didn't know how to say AJ.
AJ.
Text was, do I even need to show up next week? AJ from NovaCare.
Oh, yeah. No, you need to show up. Yeah. That's like DeBoll.
Yeah.
Dable.
Well, the AI voice is not flawless. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it takes some messing around with. Sean Robin, I don't think he was wrestling around with that back there. But anyway. All right. That's feedback. Feedback If you want to email us, 975feedback at 975thefanatic.com, or you just text the text line, which is 610-632-0975. What happened to that Sixer line?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now.
Because it was 1.5 or 2.
It's now 2.5 Boston, according to what I'm seeing.
It swung that fast.
Yeah.
Wow. Now think about, and I'm not saying that this happened, but this is when people say, well, like, what's the big deal in sports? If somebody had that inside information, they could sell that information because that's a 4-point swing. The Sixers go from being 2-point favorites to 2.5-point underdogs.
Right.
So inside information does matter because you have the other scandal in baseball right now where you have Clase, who's one of the best relievers in baseball.
For Cleveland. Yeah.
For Cleveland, throwing the ball in the dirt on purpose.
Yeah.
And it's not even close.
Unbelievable.
It really is unbelievable. Never seen anything like it. All right. Well, look for Ray tonight.
Yeah.
We'll be watching on ESPN Plus, looking for a gem. Jason Bertitas co-hosts tomorrow. Coming up next is Unfiltered with Ricky Bowe and Bill Colarulo. They're coming up next, everybody. Have a great day. Talk to you tomorrow.
Now on 97.5.